Might just go right into Breakout and watch some thrilling prison escapes yet again. I think we only have 2 more episodes or some shit, so I might as well finish it. Especially because the first 5 suggestions have been some of the worst garbage I've seen in a while. And just horrible suggestions. Thanks to the Prime Macca. The Running Man episode is the best one. Have we not seen it? Alright.
ITV Player brings you ITV4.
You say that every stream? Yeah, I mean, and it's true every stream. Someone was fucking spamming Ultimate Showdown. Caps locked. Relentlessly. Like, what am I supposed to say to that? Thanks for the resub, Russian. I've already seen the Lipstick Bounty Hunters. I love that group.
All hell's gonna break loose. I thought you were gonna kick. Just keep running.
It's a dramatized account based on the escapee's own recollections in letters and meetings.
Anytime anybody's willing to break out of a penitentiary.
It's not normies. I'm pretty sure the people that spam shit are probably like 15, 14 or something like that. They're used to like XQC's chat where it's nothing but emoji spam and like 1 word or 1 syllable things. I don't blame them, they've just been conditioned by the system. I've already checked out the colony, it was alright. Nothing as thrilling as Breakout though.
My name is Dennis Wangho. I love country music, fast cars, beautiful women. Most of all, I love excitement.
Fuck yeah, that's a Chad right there. I love football, I love beer enemas, and I love pussy.
When you're standing there waiting to pull a gun, it's just like someone's dumping a truckload of adrenaline through your veins.
Ah, I see the closed captions a bit off.
This is it. Give me all your money now!
That's intense.
Unfortunately,
Thanks, Clario.
many of the things that release the greatest adrenaline are often risky and illegal.
What do you mean keep the volume so low? It's your fucking computer, it's not that low. It's loud as shit for me right now. I can bump it up a little bit, but
heading for the Darrington
not much.
I was 22 years
Thanks for the gift sub, Rob. And the resub Eden at night.
You ever been to this place you're going?
No.
On that bus are people who have already been on the unit.
There's been many a stabbing, many a beating.
Who the fuck is this lore character?
Inmate or a guard.
He doesn't care about your side quest. Just get him to prison so we can watch him escape.
In my mind of, how am I going to react to this?
Thanks for the gift sub, Potato. And the resub, Brian.
The reality of exactly where I'm at sets in when the bus pulls up to the back gate.
Hey Charlie, my girlfriend's birthday is Thursday. Can you put on your sexiest voice and say happy birthday Cassandra for me?
That's adorable. Happy birthday, Cassandra. Hope it's a great one.
And it's just a variety of slurs that you hear come out.
That's not exactly a slur. He's just saying he's gonna make you his bitch. It's not a slur. A slur would be like if he called you a gamer.
My worst fear was being raped.
That'd be just
because of
fucking
my
hardcore.
young, innocent look.
Hey, new boy!
I'm thinking I'm gonna do whatever it takes to defend myself.
Oh, they have urinals in prison.
If I had an encounter with someone that I didn't
know
beat
that.
with my hand, I'll stab him with a pencil.
See, that's what happens when you get a urinal in the fucking prisons.
I wasn't
Pencil
looking to be
crimes.
nobody's bitch.
Thanks for the resub, Reckoner.
In the early 90s, I was a criminal investigator at the Darrington unit.
I don't know about that,
Darrington had a
Jazz.
reputation as
That's not a very good idea.
violent prison. They had a offender population of approximately 2,000.
Not bad. Rookie numbers compared to the other maximum securities, though.
Murderers, armed robbers, violent offenders.
Thanks for the gift sub, Taylor.
There was no place worse.
Thanks for the good laughs. I am enjoying myself now.
Well, I don't know if that's... Oh, I'm sure that's
At
a
first,
meme.
I mean, I surveyed the scene.
If not, please get some fucking help
Around and just
ASAP.
get an idea of how far things were.
Hey Charlie, found you about 2 years ago from your win back video. Been watching ever since.
You're not
Thanks
just
for
gonna
2 years
take
of
off
watching,
running
Jesse. Fuck
and
yeah.
get to a tree line before you get a bullet in the back of your head.
This prison's more like a middle
I got a
school.
job in the prison kitchen.
Except for the
That's where I met
snipers.
Harry.
Hey, you're new here, aren't you?
Yeah, Dennis Hope.
Harry Decker.
Ooh.
I got along good with Harry,
How do you like it so far?
as long as he felt you're not.
What do you mean
gonna just
including
be
the
that serious
snipers?
with
I don't think there's
yourself.
many middle schools with
Yes,
snipers out there these days. Unless, of course, the kids are wearing Marilyn Manson shirts to school, then I imagine they might need to take precautions. Just gun them down just to be safe.
And
Or if they've seen the Joker.
has to remove them from that comfort zone.
For me, it was the riot.
It's been a while since we've seen a prison riot escape. Who were the last people that did this? It was the Pittsburgh not the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Pittsburgh Six, right?
I'm gonna end up dead.
No, it was something, the Texas
I've
7.
never seen so much blood in my life.
Texas 7, that's what it was. Damn, it's looking like Hong Kong in this prison right now.
I had already known about inmates with AIDS.
A lot of stock sound effects.
Once they laid me down in that blood, it was another fear of that time.
Thanks for the resub, Logan. And
When
bombastic.
I saw that it was just that easy to happen, I thought, if you're gonna kill me, I'll give you a shot at me going over the fence.
Solid, yeah. I mean, might as well, I guess.
Harry.
Someone's dad's getting buff in prison right now.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. If we don't get out of here, they're gonna kill us.
Well, if you're going, I'm going too.
I need it, Harry.
God damn.
So picture this is the first fence.
Ooh, I like that little
And
effect.
that's gonna be the second fence.
I told him we could cut the first fence and go over the second one. He said, well, why don't we just cut
Banned in
through both?
China? No. I don't think so.
And I told him, do you want to sit in between the middle of the fence and cut it? You're sitting up. You're fair game inside that fence.
I am curious how they get around the sniper. Maybe they wait for him to go take a shit or something when switching shifts.
Which means going straight over.
How are we gonna do it?
We're gonna wrap blankets around our legs, and that's gonna protect us from the razor wire.
If we
Thanks for the
flipped over
prime,
top
Senor
so our
Thick.
body weight pulled us off the barbs, I figured we'd be okay.
Kind of like they're doing a handstand, right?
Show off.
Keep fighting the good fight, Charlie, and stay moist.
Oh, that was cute. Thanks,
We're
Taylor.
worried that if one of us got cut going over that razor wire,
They throw
it would
rocks to
fatal,
distract
or
them.
to the point you couldn't
Yeah, they
stop
throw
the bullet.
cans like in video games, and then they stare at the can for like 50 seconds.
And then there was the biggest fear. What happens if they open fire before we even get on the second fence?
Yeah, I mean, that's what they're there
The
for.
guard towers are staffed 24 hours a day, 7 days
Thanks to the
a week.
resub Legend Killer
They
and
make no
Bearded
secret
Senpai.
of the fact that if an inmate attempts
Oh, your
to
pro
escape,
wrestling
they
debut
are
soon?
going to shoot
Send me an
to
email when
stop
it goes
that
up.
person.
Yeah, that's a 223 bullet, and it's gonna kill you. It's gonna rip through you when it hits you.
Their plan isn't all that interesting, at least not comparatively to the other plans we've seen.
This is a dramatized account of a
Thanks
prison
to the
break
Prime Sonic
based on the
Chops.
recollections of escapee Dennis Hope. Hope is planning his escape route from the Darrington unit in Texas.
So what did I miss? Well, there was a prison break over there at prison, eh? You're kidding. 3 guys got out, but they secured the perimeter pretty man.
Once I decided to break out, I began to see how the unit would respond.
Any big direction?
Speaking of breaking out, I remembered I have to do something real quick. Well, it's not in the realm of breaking out, but I forgot to feed the dogs before I started the stream. I'll be right back.
All right, let's stretch. Torso twist. stretch? Can't we just spider up?
You can't be Spider-Man if you pull a hammy. Stretching our muscles will prepare us mentally and physically for the training ahead. It's important to loosen up your body so you can be ready for anything. Now stretch out your arms like this. Nice. Other arm? It's important when you're slinging webs to really be able to reach out. You don't want to come up short, trust me. Now let's stretch out those spidey legs. Flexible legs are really important for jumping and dodging. But we'll get to that a little later. Great. Let's turn sideways on our mat. Crouch down, stretch out our leg, and reach. Nice. And switch legs. Right leg out, and reach. Beautiful. All right. Let's learn some Spidey moves.
Yeah!
Are you having fun at home? Good. Make sure your Spidey mat is set. Now I'm going to show you 3 different positions. The Spidey crouch, the sling stance, and the battle ready position. Great! This is the Spidey crouch. You bend your knees like this and place your feet in the footprints on your Spidey mat. Now you try. Good. Since my little spider friend chose you, you must have awesome potential. Let's see if your crawling skills are up to Spider-Man standards. Start at the corner of your Spidey mat from Venom like this. I'll do it once to show you. Just like that. Now I want you to crawl up and down the mat in your Spidey crouch position as fast as you can. Remember, Mary Jane is in trouble, so you crawl from Venom to save her. You have to move fast. You'll have 10 seconds to see how many times you can make it up and down the
No,
mat.
I'm all set.
Are you ready?
Ready!
Spidey crouch. And
I believe that in order to beat my enemy, I had to know my enemy.
How long did it take? About a half an hour.
I learned that it's a 5-mile perimeter, and that perimeter is set up as quickly as possible.
The real nightmare begins if the prisoner gets outside of that initial perimeter. Inside that perimeter, you're
That's
able
a
to
huge
contain
fucking
them.
prison.
Outside that perimeter,
It's like
you
an
have
airport
no control.
for sex offenders and murderers.
There's only one way to do this, okay?
Once
Thanks
I
to the Prime
learned that they
Thanos
put
and the
a
resub
5-mile
Charles.
perimeter out, that was etched in stone in my head.
We gotta get over these fences and run 5 miles in less than 30 minutes.
No, we feed the dogs twice.
5 miles, that's the goal.
Which means we gotta
It's
get
not their
in shape.
first meal of the day.
Run in shape.
I was gonna feed them right before the stream, but just
5
forgot
miles and
to.
Get there as fast as you can. There were no other options than to run, on foot.
Well, what the fuck else would you do? Get a
In
scooter?
high school, I ran cross country, and then in prison, running was an outlet for me to free my mind.
Thanks to the resub Atlanta man. Hot Atlanta man.
I could picture myself running down the beach just thinking of freedom, oceans, sun, waves crashing. Mentally, I'm somewhere else.
I'm really sorry to hear that, Hot Atlanta. I'm wishing him the best, man.
That would just enable me
Thanks
to
to the
just
Prime
keep
MMA
running
boy.
nonstop.
I hope your friend does alright.
But Harry never liked running too much.
So Dennis carries Harry on his back.
To get through the fence, we were gonna need the help of an old guy I knew who worked in the maintenance department.
It's alright, Hydra. They're mostly here. I don't need another playlist. Doesn't matter the order.
What can I do for you? I need some wire cutters.
Ah,
in the
yes, step
penitentiary,
into
if
my
you ask
workshop.
somebody for some wire cutters, it's understood what you want them for.
Are you sure you don't want a
Clipping
small
your toenails
airplane?
with them, that's for sure.
Yeah, me. Extra food, whenever you want. I control the pantry.
Oh, solid. I'll give you extra Doritos and G
We
Fuel at
discussed
lunch.
on several occasions of when we were going to pass these cutters.
Thanks,
And then
Bob
one
Gang.
day he told me, he said,
And Sabbath,
got
good to
him.
see you again.
It'll be under your tray. Just make sure it's clear.
and when you say it's cool, I'm handing it to you.
So how the fuck did this guy get wire cutters? He's just the Deus Ex Machina of this Breakout story.
Stuck my tray into the slot. He stuck the cutters under the tray so that when I pulled my
Oh,
hand
he ran the
straight back
maintenance
out,
shop. I
it
must have
went
missed
right
that.
into my pants. I'm shaking worse than when I was doing a robbery. If I walk out of this chow hall and one of these officers stop me with this, it's over.
Oh, let me make sure. I think Kate is eating Tetris food. Damn it. Hold on.
Good job, guys. You at home, how are you doing? Almost there. And stop. You guys showed some serious Spidey skills. All right, shake it out.
I'm happy to say I was wrong.
It had my palms
Thanks
sweat.
to the Prime Smitty swag.
I hid the cutters in a box of meat in the freezer.
I got to thinking, look, bolt cutters have big handles on them.
Do I like Lisa? Who's
I can
Lisa?
just get some leverage.
Is that like your mom or
And I come
something?
up
I don't
with
think
an
I know
idea
her.
of cutting a couple pieces of copper tubing and slipping them over like cheater bars. Everything was right on schedule.
I take it back. This is a pretty interesting escape plan. Now that he acquired the wire cutters.
But getting through the fence was no good if we didn't know where to run to once we were out.
Yeah, I'm curious how he gets by the
I saw a
snipers.
church brochure laying on the floor.
I guess he just hopes they never see him. Thanks to the resub, J-Mac. Fuck yeah.
When I looked to the back of it, I saw the map of the area.
Oh.
And I thought to myself, you gotta be kidding me. You're not serious. Somebody is sending me a message. They don't want me here.
Yeah, this is a fake story. It's gotta be. This is like a video game, but with cheat codes. This is fucking stupid. No. Who even has a map of the prison that could just drop it off like that?
I knew that if I put together what I had gathered with what the map showed, I was no longer running blind.
Within half an hour of busting out, follow the pylons.
To be fair though, is the map really that helpful? It's all open field, you can kind of see it. You know what I mean?
Towards Houston.
It was rock solid then. It's gonna happen.
Oh, I gotcha, Hydra.
That barbed wire is razor sharp.
My poblanos.
Going over the fences was the most dangerous.
Those are some razor sharp poblanos, Dennis. How are you going to deal with
It was
that?
the most dangerous. We looked for ways to reduce the danger, and that's where taking the lights out came in. And so I got
Thanks
to
for the
thinking,
prime, Gregory. What do you mean rock
lights
solid
out?
nips?
The generator
Mine?
runs the lights.
Can't even see my nipples.
Can one switch take out the lights?
Thanks for the resub, Reaver.
Harry and I knew the generator was gonna
Do I think I could escape like this? No, I'd probably just try and leverage sexual favors to eventually just get me out.
just got fired.
Like I'd set up like this montage of sexual favors that kind of like progress from like the guard to the warden to the guard managing the front door to the sniper to the guard managing the exit gate. Hopefully get them all to completion. They have to go clean up and I just keep advancing and then I eventually just walk right out.
But we didn't know how to get inside. There was a security fence, and there's no way the guys working the generators would help us out.
The boiler room at Darrington was manned by some of the most trusted offenders.
Thanks for the
And most of
resub,
them
Jack.
take a lot of pride in their jobs.
That sounds kind of cute.
Then one day, An inmate called Jason Montgomery walked up.
Yeah, I've seen Gator Boys. I don't really like it.
Hey, dude, talk to you for some.
Jason Montgomery, more like Jason Statham.
Life. You know, I want out, man.
Actually, kind of looks like Joe Rogan's deepfake doppelganger.
But I decided to let Jason in on my plan because I was afraid that if I didn't, he would go tell. He would snitch it off.
Okay, you're in.
Thanks for the Prime Kindle.
As luck would have it, Jason brought a whole new dimension to the escape.
I know the guy in the boiler room.
Jason had been down in the boiler room and knew those guys there.
You serious?
So we can plant a bomb there using the maintenance guy's connections, blow up the boiler room, and escape in the
The
chaos.
lights are gonna go out. Harry and Jason were nonchalant about 5 miles. They didn't think it was anything. But I wasn't gonna underestimate it.
5 miles is a fucking ton. It's a lot.
It motivated me to train as hard as I possibly could because the reward was going to be well worth it.
Oh, he's escaping just to get some ass?
I always thought about girls.
Ah.
I played, mental game. If you can just do 5 more, that sexy chick goes home with you.
Why is it a mechanical bull girl? That's kind of not that sexy. Unless he has a kink for girls on mechanical bulls. He's escaping to ride the bull. Yeah, the girl's irrelevant. He just misses that bull. The soft felt against his taint. The gyrations. He has to go home.
I had just arrived at the Darrington unit in November of 1994. By the time Thanksgiving rolled around, I'd been there about 2.5 weeks.
The problem with the guard up top there, that's been resolved, right? I was told we were going to be done this morning.
I was just
Street
getting my
Outlaws?
feet on the
I don't
ground,
think I've heard of
figuring
that
out
one.
The facility and the staff.
I told Harry and Jason we were busting out on the Saturday night of Thanksgiving weekend.
Man, they've told... He's told, like, everyone. Except the guards. And by everyone, I mean 2 people, but still, that's a lot.
I'm with you, for sure. Yeah, I told you, man, I'm with you.
On the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, I left the facility and picked up my children and went to my mother's house in Killeen, Texas, which is about 4 hours from Darrington.
So, we there yet?
No, not yet. But not too long.
Shit.
That Friday night, I'm tense. My stomach's tight. My future, my life.
You should really start stretching out. It's a 5-mile run. You gotta get those quads loosened, those hammies.
Everything according to plan.
What lackluster preparation.
Deep down inside, you're thinking, what if it blow the back of my head out going over this fence? And then
That was
you're
intense.
trying to think about that. Just think positive. It's gonna work.
I just got a mail dog. Do you have any suggestions for the name?
Prisoner Dennis
Go for
Hope is
Riddick.
about to try
I really
to
like
break
that
out
name.
of
That's
the
what I was gonna
Darrington
name
unit in
the
Texas.
dog before Kata, but someone adopted him before we did.
I put the wire cutters in my shoes. I had my blanket. And I brought my coat. As they opened the door to let us go out for chow, I thought to myself, I won't be coming back to this.
Fuck yeah, Dennis.
And
Because you'll be passed out on a 5-mile run, dying from heat exhaustion.
You ready for this? Let's do it.
Oh, I absolutely could not run 5 miles like this. No possible way.
Any reason.
My legs hurt when I run. They hurt bad.
It's like you're carrying a truckload of dynamite, and you're looking at everything ahead of you to make sure they don't say, hey, you.
Come here.
In my mind, I'm thinking, there's no way.
Well, thanks for the long time of watching, Rian. Oh, Orion. Now I see
Harry
it.
was waiting to see if we were gonna show up. He was gonna meet us in the boiler room in 5 minutes.
Everyone else in this prison has been really young except for Harry. Harry's like the grandfather of the prison inmates.
And subdue him.
It's Jason.
And after 5-6 minutes, he hasn't done anything. Count time's at 9:30. The clock's ticking, and the longer he waits,
Ooh, Cox ticket.
more chances
Who's
of an
ticketing
officer
Cox?
catching us. And that's when I decide
Being too
I'm not
small?
waiting no more. I gotta go
Perhaps
see
even
what's
the
going on.
opposite. Thanks to the Prime guy with the 2005 PC.
And as I peek open the door, and I see Jason sitting there talking. This stupid idiot.
Mind if I talk to him for a second?
Go ahead.
What? So what went wrong?
I said, man, what are you doing? You know, you're gonna take the dude out or what, man? We're on the timeline. That's when he says,
Can we do this tomorrow?
Oh.
my first thought was, you gotta be kidding me.
Man, you're not gonna screw this up for me.
You don't wanna do it, I'll do it.
Are you going? Are you sure?
Oh, poor guy. Oh!
Just put him in the chokehold and brought him down to the ground.
I didn't expect the chair kick.
Hey guys, go sign my petition that it's called Get Cr1tikal on Hot
You
Ones.
stood up, I'll kill you.
That's cute, yeah. I'd love to go on Hot Ones. Petitions do nothing.
That's what I told Jason.
But I
Start
appreciate
cutting
where
the
your
cord.
heart's at.
And then the buzzer for the gate goes off. And my heart just
Just keep
stopped.
kicking chairs, man. Beat some ass.
Well, I grabbed the screwdriver
Oh, shit.
and I walked over to the door.
Who is it?
And it was my mother.
Me, man. It's Harry.
Once I saw it was Harry, I was just like, oh, good. Come on, come on, come on. We cut her blanket in half so we can wrap it around her waist, and took a screwdriver and stuck it through it, and used shoestrings to tie it around like chaps.
I feel bad for the guy down here because he's also an inmate. He probably just wants to escape too. Like, guys, just release me. I'll destroy the boiler. I don't give a fuck. Just let me get out. Come on, guys.
I just felt
You don't have to beat my ass. I just want to leave.
Before it all goes down. Within the next few minutes, this generator's useless. All hell's gonna break loose, and they're not gonna have no way to get this power back on.
Which one is it? You sure?
It's clear he got the pre-order bonus to the escape plan.
Yeah, I still don't know where the fucking prison blueprints that fell from the Lord came from. Like, I just don't believe this anymore because of that.
And at that moment, if there was ever any thought of turning back, that was erased.
God, that poor maintenance guy. They could have just asked him, do you want to escape with us? No? Then you beat him. Do you want to escape with us? Yes? Much easier. Let's go.
Operate the boiler room wound down.
Okay, let's go.
And as we ran out, you could hear people hollering, "Hey! Hey!"
Another man is another leak. Yeah, but they're at literally the last stage.
Perfect. If I have to climb on this fence, it's gonna cover the noise. I ran to the spot,
It's really hard to cut through that, though, with that kind of wire cutter.
and I began to cut along the
He'll be there for like a fucking hour getting through that. The power will come back on and the fire department will show up before he gets through even the smallest gap of that fence.
Anxiety is built up inside. You're pushing yourself, saying, come on, come on, come on.
Well, that'd be huge, Johnny.
I was the first one in between the
No, I know the pipes, but that doesn't make it that much better, man. It's still hard as fuck. Well, to be fair, I've never tried it with the pipes, but that doesn't make it that much better.
We moved to the second fence.
Get ready.
And suddenly, Jason says,
Give me the pliers. What? Give me the pliers. Go through the wire. No, we're going over. There's barbed wire up there.
We don't have time to cut through the fence, you know that.
A person could
Well,
get over
then
the fence in less than 9
their
seconds.
arguing makes it much
It would
longer.
take me more than 9 seconds to cut that fence.
You want the wire cutters? These wire cutters. You sure?
He's gonna throw him over. That's just stupid.
So I threw the pliers over the fence. That changed his mind real quick.
That was disrespectful.
The razor wire hooked my coat, but my weight pulled me off the fence.
As soon as I hit the ground, I'm outside of that mental fence. I'm outside of that physical fence. It's wide open spaces from here on out. When I turned around, I saw Harry stuck on the fence. I thought, damn it, he didn't listen to me. They're gonna kill him if he stays up there.
Harry, no!
If they see him up
He's
there,
caught like a fish in a net.
someone did it.
Harry!
I gotta go back.
That's what happens when you bring your dad along for the prison escape.
You good?
No, he probably just sliced his fucking neck open.
Look, to see if he'd gotten up. That's when I seen him kind of hobbling. So I knew he wasn't gonna keep up with me. As I took off running, I heard a loud voice holler. Halt!
Oh god, Harry gets shot.
And I thought, they're gonna kill you. When the shots rang out, all of the time that I had banked on before they knew that there had been an escape.
Damn, this is gonna be really emotional when Harry gets lit the fuck up in the open field. Some Saving Private Ryan shit.
As fast as you can, as far as you can, as long as you can. Just keep running.
That's good. That's very good.
What is this side plot?
The
Oh,
kitchen table in my mother's home.
forgot all about
playing a
Robert.
board game with my children.
I thought it was a filler arc.
Don't cheat.
When the phone
My
rang,
day's been alright, Tacitus.
Hello?
and it was Major Johnny Thomas. And the first word out of his mouth was,
Thanks to
"We
the
had an
Prime
escape."
Orion.
How many? When?
Like any other prison warden, I immediately felt absolutely sick to my stomach.
But I wasn't losing that game of Yahtzee, so I finished up with my family and then I got there first thing in the morning.
When I arrived at the facility, it was utter chaos. I'm very apprehensive, very frustrated. You don't know who's gone. All you know is that some shots were fired, there was some sabotage, and that you're doing the best that you can.
Did Harry actually escape?
Anytime anybody's willing to break out of a penitentiary, I know one thing: they're desperate and willing to do anything.
You don't say, Robert. It's almost like they didn't want to go to jail. That's not exactly
But it
useful
made me concerned
psychology.
for the public safety at that point.
Once the alarm is raised, we're going to lock down the prison. Start conducting a detailed count to find out who exactly is gone. Then start putting people on the perimeter. We're going to contact the local police so they can respond.
This is a unique one. In every single other Breakout, they knew exactly who left, whereas here they have no clue. That's pretty interesting.
And I thought, son of a bitch.
Thanks for the resub, Peliquin. Thank you, man.
I thought, as long as it's one, I can get past him. I just ran as hard as I could.
Yeah, Officer Speeve.
You can do it. You can do it.
Thanks for the Prime Wake.
I got you. Just keep going.
Where the fuck is Harry? Is Harry just army crawling his way around, just proning?
And in my mind, there's a silent clock constantly ticking.
Thanks to the
And
resub,
that
Darth
ticking
Chumley and the Prime
represents
Fermius.
just how close they're moving in on you. I knew that if I could get to 288 within the next 30 minutes, I could get across that road. But the longer I wait, the more cars are going to be there. Inside my head, that clock kept saying, go, 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 go.
I'm sure the other guy got away. He seemed like a physically fit guy. I know he's an actor in the dramatization, but even the guy that got arrested in real life looked in good shape.
I knew I was headed in the right direction.
Cool editing. Thanks for the resub, Sinister.
Gordon, so what's the scoop?
When I first got there, I was told that the tracking dogs had run a strong scent up to a large copse of woods right outside the unit.
We picked up a couple of scents back there. There was 2 trails, but this was the strongest scent.
The belief was that all 3 of them were in that woods and that woods were contained.
You said there were a couple scents though, right?
Thanks for the resub, Tia.
Checking it out.
Look, everything's under control, Warden.
He said there's no way anybody could have run that quickly and gotten that far ahead of us, so it had to be ghosts.
Ooh, that's a weird dismissal. We had a wacky prison escape, but that's just impossible.
As I approach 288, this is the last part of the puzzle. It has to be done right. Don't let them catch you. Don't do nothing foolish. 288 represents the finish line. They're not going to be looking outside of there. I've seen the officers in the cars. There's no doubt in my mind they would put a bullet in my head if they got
A football in your head, eh? Yeah, challenge you to a little pickup scrimmage.
It was as if it was sharks circling a sinking boat, just waiting.
Why are the captions so off on this one?
And I didn't want to be in that water with those sharks.
Thanks for the resub, Dark Souls boss. I'm keeping the captions on. They're useful for people that either have really bad computer speakers or hard of hearing.
Search parties are hunting for escaped
Your
prisoner
dog's seen a
Dennis Hope
ghost.
and 2
They're
other
playing.
inmates.
Crossing 288 in my mind was like the last part of the
There's the
chess
Prime
game.
Demon.
All the pieces are in position.
And Dillwalk.
It's at that point that I size up the cars to make sure I'm not misidentifying one of them.
I waited for a gap. Then I hurried across on all 4s. So if somebody saw me, I would look like a dog running across the road.
Ah, naturally, of course. That's what I'd think.
Once I get across the road, in my mind, it's checkmate. I've won the game.
Until you get caught a day later, like all these other
The
guys.
best things are yet to come.
Yeah, baby. The mechanical bull. Thanks for the Prime Creamer.
When we got there, I said, as a crow flies.
How far are we from Darrington?
3 miles or so.
Kata!
And that's when I felt sick again.
Not much of a job.
Kata!
Major.
No, not really.
And I told him, well, I am, and I could easily have covered that distance in about
25 minutes.
No, whatever,
At that
big guy.
point, I felt certain that our initial perimeter had been beaten.
I felt that
Yeah, I made a moist meter on the
odds
Joker.
drastically went up.
I think it's the best movie of the
Now's
year.
the golden opportunity to put some distance between us.
A convict on the run could just disappear in the woods near the Darrington prison unit, so guards launched a systematic search cutting through the thick underbrush.
He's got a kind of a nice disguise with that, like,
100,
giant vest.
250 people looking for these guys.
I don't know why they've called out the
They got about
Cowboys
2/3
Union,
of the
but
way through.
all the help
One
they
of
can
them
get, I
actually
guess.
hit something on the ground they felt like was a man. When they investigated, they had actually caught Montgomery. We caught Decker in the housing area the second night of the chase.
Well, that sounds about right.
But frustrated guards still can't find the third escapee.
At this point,
Thanks
I
for the
realized that
Prime,
Dennis Swinton was a
Vanix.
pretty smart guy. He had beat us and was gone.
What fucking idiots? Ah, I made it out of the perimeter. I think I'll lay down in this bush.
As soon as that perimeter is taken down, it becomes my sole responsibility.
Thanks to the resub shark and the prime chili.
This is Dennis Hope. Well, this guy is fit and he's smart.
Thanks to the resub golden.
Outran the guards. I want you to find out everything you can about this guy. What his girlfriend looked like, what kind of car he drives.
We anticipated that Hope would return to the Dallas area because that's where his friends and family were located.
Yeah, that'd be the last place he should go. That would honestly be like the last place on a escapee's mind, I would imagine.
I knew that I needed money.
Thanks to the resub
And
sky.
I knew that the fastest way to get it would be a place that I had robbed before.
Oh, yeah, that's another pretty stupid idea.
It's just a matter of time now. Dallas, Texas, here I come.
Excuse me, sir. Do you mind giving me a lift?
Oh, what a nice guy.
The majority of these individuals are sociopaths.
Okay, listen, I'm gonna need your car, old man. Can you just keep driving and do exactly... No,
What the
you do
fuck was the
exactly
point of this? He was
what I
literally
say.
driving. You could have asked him to drive you like 2 miles up the road. Now you just fucked. Now they're gonna report that and you're screwed.
When I got $30 from the bullman's wallet, I knew that wasn't enough to buy a gun. But I'd seen some BB guns that looked
What
real.
a fucking idiot, man.
And
Thanks to the
I
prime.
decided that I'll
This
go get
is
one
like
of
the
those.
third guy in a row that did this. And they all could have escaped if they just kept going instead of stopped to rob somewhere.
I pulled up at a grocery store I'd robbed before prison. At the time of day, they always used to count their cash. I walked in, and sure enough, I could see the safe was wide open.
Perfect. All the good that's gonna do you when that gets reported and you get caught. But you had a car, $30, and a knife. Just run. Keep driving.
That's when all the adrenaline is just dumping through. You know, it's just like time's moving slow.
Bless that old man.
Yeah, what a nice guy. I hope he got his car back.
I said, do you know what time it is? She looked at her watch. And I said, well, I'll tell you.
Fill up this bag now.
Cool one-liner.
And the guy,
Give it to him.
he knows the routine.
Move! Let's go.
He puts the money in the sack, and as he hands it to me, I'm thinking, that's all I needed.
Super fucked now.
From this point, I get everything that I need. I'm scot-free.
Give me all your money now. Give it to me. Move!
For the next few weeks, I was robbing stores in Dallas.
What?
Is that it?
Using the money in Memphis to party, to gamble, date good-looking women, catch up for lost time.
I'm fucking shocked.
At this stage, we believe he's in the Dallas area because the robberies are occurring in the Dallas area.
You don't say. Oh, this string of robberies seemed to have happened right after that kid escaped from prison.
We were spending all sorts
Probably
of
ghosts.
resources to catch him, and we couldn't. Then things happened rather quickly.
Thanks to the Prime
Police in
William,
Memphis
and the
recovered
resub
the
Simdum,
car
and Croc,
carjacked from the
and
elderly
Zodiac.
man. Hope's prints were in the car, and a newspaper.
And I've watched none of
with
those Super
apartments
Saiyan.
for rent circled.
This whole episode's like
electronic
GTA.
Surveillance had picked up 2 phone calls made from Memphis to a known female associate of Hope's.
What did he call her, a hoe?
We immediately headed to Memphis. There's no perfect fugitive. They're going to make a mistake. You just got to make
Yeah, he's
sure
made like
they're
1,000
there.
mistakes already, Robert.
Give me all your money now. Let's go. Move.
The phone calls led us to a meatpacking store.
Who are you?
Thanks to the Prime
The manager
Topher.
told us that that phone number belonged to his secretary.
She's up there.
You go, sir?
Don't keep her long. She's got work to do.
All right.
Ma'am, you ride any mechanical bulls recently?
Moriarty?
You're going to jail.
She told us that her sister was dating a man named Dennis from Texas.
Jesus Christ, he's even using his real name?
We then got the secretary to page Dennis Wayne Hope.
All right, we wait.
He returned the call.
Hello? Hi, Dennis.
He told her that he was at the Denim and Diamonds nightclub.
Okay, I'll see you then.
I can't believe he got away with a few weeks worth of robbing after escaping prison.
Also said that he was driving a Jaguar and had a white cowboy hat on, blue jeans, boots, and a Western shirt.
Holy shit. Surely that won't draw attention to a escaped convict using his real name.
When I was on the run, I didn't try too hard to conceal myself.
Thanks to the reset Horizon.
I didn't want to live like a hermit. To me, that would be meaningless.
Now what the fuck was the point in escaping prison?
We immediately
I didn't escape prison because I didn't want to be caught. I just,
for the Jaguar.
Yeah.
Felt super bad all week and broke up my girlfriend, but you know I gotta turn up for some huge man just chatting baby. Hope you're doing good.
We need backup.
Sorry to hear about the breakup.
And as soon as we went in, I immediately saw him. Our biggest fear is that he's armed, and then we'd have a gunfight.
Damn, this mechanical bull has been a really powerful character in this episode.
We decided we could get up right on top of him and just grab him.
But it turned out it was just this after image. He was so fast he had already left the club 10 minutes earlier.
I didn't see any officer immediately. I thought, okay, just calm down. Don't get paranoid.
We just kind of worked our way like we were listening to the music and finally got over to him.
Hey, Kata.
I looked at Lou and we nodded and we just took him.
Get off me! Son of a bitch. And that's when I said, yeah, we know who you are. Get your head off!
So far, this is probably, well, this is the second dumbest criminal that's escaped we've seen.
Being careless.
Absolutely, he's up there.
He was in total
So
shock.
fucking dumb.
He could not believe that two cops from Texas were in Memphis to get him.
Get your hands off me! Get off me! Get off me!
Who was the first? The guy we watched last stream, I forgot his name, it was like Clay Aiken, well it wasn't Clay Aiken, but it was something like that. And he escaped from prison, and he never left the state that he was in prison. He left the prison and immediately like lived next door to the prison in a small house, and just gambled, robbed slot machines, got a girlfriend, and then eventually just got caught because they realized he was still living there.
Hello? Dennis Wayne Hope. You got hope?
I can't describe to you that feeling. Yes! In prison parlance, my count was clear.
Thanks for the resub, SWP. Sorry, the semester's pretty tough for you, man.
Where I am now, I know that that time is just passing me by.
Yep.
It's like trying to put raindrops back into a cloud. It's not going.
Thanks to the Prime Neon. That was poetic.
You're just, you know, waiting until the day that your heart stops beating.
Yeah.
And to me, that's not life.
Okay, Dennis. Whatever, man. Did I ever watch The Amish Mafia? I didn't like it, but yeah. Yeah, let's watch this one. I love this fucking show. Oh, hold on, wait. Let me pick up Tetris food real quick. Be right back.
Next is the sling stance. It's one of my patented moves. Place your feet on the sling footprints and bend your knees.
I'm coming. I'm coming.
You extend your
Don't worry.
arms.
I'll pick
like
up the
this.
food. You need more water?
Sling stance.
Sling stance.
Good. Try it again. Sling stance.
Sling stance.
Again. Sling stance.
Sling stance.
Great.
How do we sling webs?
I know. Everyone wants to web sling. But remember, it's just pretend. First, you have to master the sling stance. One more time. Sling stance.
Sling stance.
Sweet. You're gonna be superheroes in no time. Let's learn the battle ready position. Put your feet in the battle footprints on your Spidey mat. And hold your arms up like this. This is the position you'll use to fire off your Spidey strikes.
Awesome! Teach us the Spidey strikes.
Lee,
I know. We have to master the battle ready position first.
you're a quick study. That's exactly right. Let's go over them again. Spidey crouch.
Spidey crouch.
All I can see is darkness. There's a chill foul wind blowing, pushing me towards a brink I can't see on the edge of the nothingness. Inches from oblivion, there's a sickness in my mind that I know can't be cured. Beyond me is only blackness, and a single pair of dark eyes. Silence, only silence, my
Remember, guys,
consciousness coming undone, and only and only and only and only and only and only and only
let's learn some
and only and only and only and only and only the eel remains.
Now I get my Spidey spring from my legs. That's what helps me hop around and avoid the boulders, trains, and buses that are often hurled in my direction. Bad guys have this thing about throwing buses. I'll never understand that. Anyways, strong legs are key, so let's practice jumping. Ready?
Ready.
Thanks, Council.
You're a dead man.
Can he invent a way out? What? Wow, this actually looks really interesting. This is very new. This man's like modding a Minecraft server. Keys to the VIP Crazy Joe vs. Malcolm.
My name's Harold Laird. At the time of my escape, I was 26 years old.
This is just low volume, nothing I can do about that.
I've been in prison since I was 16 years. I killed 2 people. They gave me a capital life sentence.
Good.
35 years flat in prison.
Wait.
They gave me a...
Is this an actor playing him? Or is this really what he looked like? Because this guy looks like the prototype to the guy from Entourage. What was his name? Basically the laughingstock of Entourage? Forgot his real name.
Capital life
Yeah, Ethan Hawke.
35 years flat in prison.
He looked like a pre-alpha Ethan Hawke.
This is where all the violence is. This is where things...
I know. Overseer likes his SCP poems.
When I pulled up onto the Styles unit, they put me in the cell block with a bunch of racist gang members. It's a bad situation.
You should watch the story about the teenage fugitive called the Barefoot Bandit.
That sounds fucking awesome, Mazzo. I'm queuing that up. I love that kind of shit. Teen Fugitive, the legendary Barefoot Bandit. Fuck the gas station encounters, that channel sucks. That sounds interesting there, though. Thanks for the prime, Aunt Tony.
What's your rank, kid? And I said, what are you talking about? Hey, man, I'm not in your gang. I'm not a racist. Well, you better move.
No, you're just a killer. You're so much better than them. Thanks for the prime, Fat Banks.
At that point, I knew it's SOS on you, dog.
I don't know what that means.
stab on sight.
Gotcha, thank you. I was confused on the acronym.
Life expectancy could be very short.
Thanks for the prime, Dreeb.
Cell door. Give me your hands. I don't know when I'm gonna be hit. I just know it's just a matter of time.
Stand back from the door and face me.
I knew what was going on instantly. It's fight for your life.
Ooh! A headbutt. I like how the cop's holding back the other cop. No, 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 no. I want to see who wins. Oh, that's not a cop.
Get him out of here. Get him. Get him out of here.
Stay where you are.
That's when I made my decision. Either I'm gonna have to kill somebody, somebody's gonna kill me, or I've got to get out of this situation.
Or option D. Do none of the above and just exist as a meaningful life. Meaningless, excuse me, not meaningful.
But it's not gonna be that easy. We're in prison, you know. It's made to keep us in.
Homeless cribs? Maybe.
At Styles Maximum Security Prison, the security was very tight. Each inmate...
Kata?
is in his own cell with 23
Thanks for
hours
prime
a day.
chaos.
Count time, Larry. With counts every 30 minutes.
Hold on. Kata, what are you eating?
Only and 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 only the eel remains.
Forgot to put on Spider-Man. Hold on, I gotta take a picture of it. She's eating like a little piece of plastic. I don't know what it is.
Jump! Jump! Wow, that's some serious Spidey spring. Battle ready.
Ready.
Okay, sometimes there's not enough time to spring out of the way. You'll need to duck. When I say duck, drop into your Spidey crouch as fast as you can. Duck! Good. Duck!
Pretty sure it's something at Tiana's, but I don't know what.
The rec areas are one inmate at a time, so it's very secure.
SOS, 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 SOS.
Thanks, Insane, and Council, and the Prime Chungus.
No man's land.
The threat of an inmate getting killed in an escape attempt is very real.
The officers would shoot to kill. I mean, that is your duty.
Yeah, that's what they were hired for.
And I started to think, escaping was going to be next to impossible. But then
Well, I don't like World Championship Tag at all. It's so fucking boring to watch. It's a cute meme as like a title, but it's so fucking boring when I'm actually watching it.
Guy's cell above me leaks water into my light.
Oh, it's big.
I had a flash of inspiration.
You can crawl up through the light into the
There
shitter.
has to be a way to access the lights.
You can scare him.
I guess there
Thanks
must
to the
be an
prime.
access
Just look who it is.
point or light chase, so that the maintenance guy can get behind the cell. So I know that if I can get through the light in my cell, there's a chance that I can make it outside. I started looking at the
Volume is maxed.
and noticed it was plexiglass. You could see like a grid pattern, and anything plastic can be cut.
It seems kind of flimsy. Couldn't you just rip that shit off the wall?
They call me MacGyver because I have an innate ability to work on things and fix things and stuff like that. It just comes naturally.
Holy shit.
I take a piece of thread just to see how easy, cloth would cut something. So I tested on a plastic cup, and it cut right through it. I was like, yeah, this will work.
Dude, this guy's a fucking hitman.
There's silicone.
This guy's definitely done a few escape rooms in his day.
So I take a little plastic dental flossers, and I use the edge of it to pick it out. I get all the silicone out of the frame. I get the diffuser panel.
Thanks to the
down,
resub, Byakuren.
it's out. But there's a second piece made of real thick plastic. This is what I'm gonna have to go through. So I take some thread out and I twist it up together into a thick string. I'll tuck it behind it, and I just keep working it around the top corner until I get it where it goes all the way.
Does he escape on his first fucking day in this prison? Jesus Christ, I feel like he's almost done.
Strip of the sheet, and then I tie it together. I pull it back behind there, then I start cutting back and forth with it. I just start, using friction.
Holy shit.
I can see this is working, so I'm giving it my full effort.
Then I hear the guards coming and they offered to help me.
I am concerned about
I said, no thank you, I'll do it myself. Thanks for the resub, Victor, and the Bit's Insane.
Security checks are done every 30 minutes on the runs.
We've seen that backfire before.
You always have it in your mind that they're trying to manipulate the system to where they can get out.
Yeah, of course these are based off real escapes. The show would be fucking stupid without that. That's the criminal right there.
Hey man, what's up?
Very natural. I'm not breaking out, you are. What's up?
Game's up. So I school my face in a bland, just everyday, here we go again expression. Felt that my heart was beating out of my chest, and then my mouth was bone dry.
Ooh. Outsmarted.
I feel relief. Now I just gotta keep pushing through, pushing and pushing till I get it done.
You only have 30 minutes though. I'm still fucking shocked by the ingenuity here.
After several
He earned that title, MacGyver, like a motherfucker.
Oh no.
Oh, shit.
Now I have bars.
Man, someone thought ahead. This is like the anime protagonist who's super smart meeting a villain who's equally as smart but thinking a step ahead of the hero.
I'm trying to escape.
This guy's no hero. I'm not calling this guy a hero. He fucking killed 2 people. He sucks ass. I'm just saying that's what it's like in anime.
I needed to find a way to get through these bars. But with nothing to work with, I know it's going to be real hard.
Thanks to the resub, TD, and Fidel cash flow.
It's a mild steel bar cage, and I realized that there's got to be something harder that I can work with to get through these bars.
It's called
There has to be
muscles.
stainless steel somewhere in the pipe chase. There has to be. I noticed that there's a fitting just like a radiator hose clamp on a car.
What?
And if I break that in half, I could use it just like a saw blade.
What?
Getting it off is my problem. But I had a thought. I take a magazine
Spoiler,
and
he
roll
gets
it
gang
up
banged by the
into a
guards in
paper
the
fold.
watchtower.
Oh, that'd be huge.
Now I take several of these and stick them together like a fishing rod. At the very tip, I put a piece of thread through it and put a wet toilet paper ball on the end of there, and I start swinging it back and forth,
It's like those cat toys.
and then I kind of toss it like you would if you were fly fishing and try to throw it behind the pipe. It's real difficult.
30 minutes have passed. Guards coming soon.
Then I got lucky. Once I get it on the other side, I reach over and pull it back to me. I was like, man, if I lose this, the clamp is going to be next to impossible to get off.
I'm confused. How did he get the clamp off with the fishing rod, though? He may have got it around the pole, but I don't see how he got it off with the actual pole. Because the pole's still in the same spot.
I'm excited. I've taken my time and eased that piece of thread behind
Mic volume's not loud. It's the fucking video audio being super quiet, so the contrast is huge.
Once I got the string going around the
Oh, I
pipe,
see.
I pull a whole sheet around behind it.
This guy's making, like, automation here. Like, gears and cogs.
Then I just pulled it right through the grating. And I'm thinking, great, that's just one more barrier I know I'm through. I took the clamp and straightened it down.
You know, I feel like he's making all of this up, and he really escaped just by giving the guard an over-the-pants hand job, and he just slipped right out. He's like, fuck, I can't say that. I'll get my ass beat in prison. I actually did this very elaborate escape. I read Neil deGrasse Tyson's Twitter once, and my intellect grew 1,000, and I just saw all the strings, and I got the fuck out using this.
And I realized that it's taken way too long. Any minute now, the guards are gonna walk by the cell.
Again, yep.
But the section doors have a electrical lock. Whenever they open it,
Thanks for the resub, Dab.
you hear and click. I could actually hear that in myself, so I know a guard's coming.
Damn, that guard is significantly taller than him. This is a crazy fucking escape, man.
I don't want to cut all the bars out because that took a while. So I needed to find a way to get the bar cage off.
Well, why not just cut like 2 bars at well, never mind. I didn't see how much space there was. That's a lot.
That actually held the framework to the wall. I needed to get those screws off.
So I built a
I realized the
fuck,
best
what is that tool
option
called?
is for me to make a loop out of the bar.
Now I look like a fucking idiot.
To make a wrench with this bar.
What the fuck is that tool? No, it's one of the as seen on TV products. I was gonna reference it and I totally forgot the fucking name and now I look like an idiot.
I was really, really excited. It was actually loosening up. Great.
I struggle getting screws off with a ratchet. Meanwhile, this guy's getting it off with some bent pipe with ease.
The nuts off. Now I can get into the pipe chase. The bar cage, it's heavy, and I don't want to make any noise. So I ease it off, and then it bumps into the wall.
Ooh!
I'm scared.
It was nothing, officer. I was taking a shit.
Accidentally walking up on my
A shit of
stairs
steel.
and seeing, hey, he's gone. But I'm feeling this freedom that I'm not used to. And I realized that's it. I can go, I can fit through there. It's going to be tight, but I can work with this. Then my worst fears come true.
The guard's already in the wall. They planted an officer in there just in case.
I didn't have enough time to do it properly. But it might hold up.
Cell search.
Uh-oh. I feel like this is just here for dramatic effect.
On the wall.
This feels unlikely since they'd already checked him 3 times without searching.
So I'm standing there watching the guards as they're searching my cell.
Why ain't you late working?
Late working?
When they start looking at my light, my heart starts beating really fast, really hard. And I'm like, okay, just let it hold, just let it hold.
Thanks for the resub, Millie.
Terrified about what would happen next.
Which is why I'd already created a gun out of dirt from the wall and a little piece of iron.
I cut through the light in my cell.
Oh, why isn't your light working?
Now the guards are searching it. I'm nervous, but I'm suppressing it. I know I got to keep it under control. I can't let them see my nervousness. And I'm thinking, here it is, you know, man, if they find this,
They'll be so impressed they might just let me go.
I know my work's hidden well, but I'm concerned that it might shift, and if it shifts, I'm busted.
If it shifts, I'll bust. Words to live by. What do you know about electrical engineering, son?
When he walks off, I feel relief. I feel a lot better. to start planning my escape. There's going to be a lot of barriers.
Be a man's always pretty
It's not gonna be
useless
easy
advice.
because of the limited confines. There's going to be a pipe chase door.
But thanks,
with a
rainy
lock
day.
on it that I'm going to have to go through. Once you go through the door, you're literally outside. There's going to be
That's a weird design.
and then getting through 2 fences without being seen. There's going to be guard towers.
Every other prison escape was so simple. This guy's playing prison escape on expert difficulty. Like, the other guys only had to make one move and they escaped. One person's, or the group of 7 got out by just beating up the maintenance guys. The last guy got out because he beat up the maintenance guy and got wire cutters and cut through the fence. Another guy got out because he cut through a vent and left.
Man, I'll try.
This guy's got like 9 levels worth.
About an hour later, I go out to rep.
Thanks for the prime, Dan.
Next thing I know,
You're dead, kid. You hear me?
my neighbor's out there talking trash, and he says,
You're dead. SOS, kid. It's coming.
"We're gonna you up, dude. We're gonna get you."
Well, what did he do?
You hear me?
He's talking about
Kiss him. Kiss him on the lips.
This attack is gonna happen tomorrow.
You know that? Stab on sight. We're coming for you.
They're gonna wait till after breakfast to do it.
Oh, that's nice of them to get a full tummy.
This is it. My life is on the line right now. And at that point, I thought
I can't hear you. Speak up, my dog's playing. Tetra! Tetra! Jesus Christ.
So I get everything ready. I took a wool blanket and I made a sweatsuit basically with a hood and everything so that none of my skin is actually exposed except for my face. I needed to make something to cut through the fence. So I get these brackets from the plate chase and make some cutters. Then I make a dummy. I just made like a little...
Alright, that should help. I closed the door.
The sensual violence of lust is all the assurance you will ever need to know the worth of life.
It looked like a person.
Thank you, Council, and thanks for the prime land.
The guards are going to be coming back any minute now.
Alright, I hope no one minds, but I'm gonna rewind. I went up to close the door and I missed where he made this watermelon.
Until after breakfast to do it.
Woof woof bork bork dog dog.
Yeah, I know. They're having a big old game.
My life is on the line right now. And at that point, I thought to myself, tonight, I'm gone.
Why doesn't he just build himself a fucking jetpack if he's so smart? Just fly out, nerd. Pussy.
At this point, it really was do or die. So I get everything ready. I took a wool blanket and I made a sweatsuit basically with a hood and everything.
What?
So that none of my skin is actually exposed except for my face.
Holy shit.
I needed to make something to cut through the fence. So I get these brackets from the plate chase and make some cutters.
Oh my god.
Then I make a dummy.
Primitive technology, eat your fucking heart out, man.
Paper ball. And just started putting hair on it till it stuck.
Where did he get the hair? Did he rip his own hair out?
A person laying there, sleeping. The guards are going to be coming back any minute now. So I know that I'm going to have to be quick.
Thanks to the tier 1 Turtle Pong and the prime Shart U.
Now I'm out of here. It's about 3:45 in the morning.
How would you
I
know
actually
that?
climb into the pipe chase.
Did he make himself a watch?
A little shaky because I know that this is it. I have to move forward. Can't look back. I'm concerned about getting caught. I'm concerned about all the things that...
All this, and you know he's gonna pull some stupid shit when he gets out. They always do. This guy will probably break out and then set up a campfire and build like his little civilization right outside the prison. The video is maxed out, man. It's just a really low volume video. Not much I can do about that.
Chase door, I realize the lock stands between me and the outside world, but I'm not gonna let it stand between me. I'm gonna get through it somehow, some way.
So I made myself a sledgehammer.
I use this saw blade to get the screws off.
That one's not that impressive. I could think of that.
I took the lock apart and realized the lock will work like a door lock. You know, you won't need nothing to unlock it.
I probably wouldn't look at that and gather that conclusion.
I eased it open just enough to peek around the corner.
He got very lucky with his cell location.
I feel great. I feel freedom is right there within my grasp. All I got to do is get to the fence, you cut through it, and I'm free.
He still has the fence to cut through. I mean, that's not easy. With sniper towers and shit, I'd argue that's the hardest part.
Once I get to the very end of the building, I'm looking up at this razor wire and seeing layer upon layer of sharp points. Very intimidating.
I wonder how you could improve barb and razor wire. Because the tactic that most people use is throw a mattress over... Jesus Christ, a mattress. Throw a big, like, blanket over it and shit. But how do you stop that? Maybe when the razor wire gets compressed, it sets the razor wire on fire and burns the blanket off? I don't know. Electricity, that's easier. Better than my fucking primitive caveman solution.
So I just run to the fence.
Thanks to the resub, Kyler, and the bits, Mike.
Prison fence, I'm exhausted. But I knew I made it. I knew the guard didn't see me. My sense of relief was great. Time to test the cutters.
I can't imagine these working that well.
Cutters, and I go to cut. I'm keeping my peripheral vision open for light.
These look like cartoon scissors. Like from Rocco's Modern Life. When Hef asks for a pair of scissors. Yeah, that was to be expected. It was a clever idea, though.
Man, what do I do now? I don't want to climb the fence because of my leg, but I have no choice.
That also makes a lot of noise, too. And it puts you in an easier sight line for the snipers.
The razor wire sprung up. As soon as it pokes, I realize don't jerk or it's gonna rip. So I ease back off of it and just keep going.
Where I went to school in middle school, I think it was our playground. Our playground had barbed wire on one of the fences, and we used to make it a little game to see who could get over. That shit really wasn't that hard. And that was with no long sleeve or short, or no long sleeve or long pants.
Wasn't feeling very much pain.
But it was also a really short fence, so it was easier to get leverage.
I stand up, start going through the process of getting over the last fence.
I didn't say it was razor wire, it was barbed wire. So like, I guess
Freedom is right there.
the beta version of razor wire.
I see the light.
It was probably just for animals. Well, I know why the barbed wire was on the fence. I don't think the barbed wire was there to kill the students at the school. I understand why it was there, but I'm just saying we made it a game.
Jump off. I know I'm free now. I know that I'm out.
Jesus Christ, Alex, I'm sorry to hear about your bad luck at the moment. I'm wishing you the best, man. Stay strong. Godspeed, my friend.
Walking the hallways and was approached by this inmate. He informed me that there was an inmate that wasn't in a cell.
Are you sure?
Snitch.
Cell number.
He's not gonna fuck you, bro.
Looked and didn't see no movement.
Lad, stop messing around. Open.
What would have been really smart is if he actually, since he's so creative, made like an animatronic version of himself in that bed that moves around and stretches under the covers. Maybe even have like a voice box where he recorded lines that he made out of sticks and toilet paper. Yes, officer, I'm just tired.
Once you do pull back the blanket and you see your little plastic dummy, you're not expecting this to be happening.
Lad's gone.
You're thinking the worst.
So smart, but he couldn't clone himself. Yeah, he's getting way too much credit, bro. If you can't clone yourself in prison using nothing but toilet paper, feces, and a light fixture, like, you're not that impressive. In my opinion, that is. And probably most people's.
Now we contact our state police and local law enforcement.
I arrived at Stiles. This was a new facility. At that time, it was state-of-the-art.
What's up, Carl?
We
Plock.
were shocked that somebody could escape. I don't know that it had been done before.
I'm going to ask you a few questions about this Laird fella.
We began interviewing all the offenders, trying to get as much information as we can.
How long did you know Harold Laird?
Has Laird mentioned a girl anywhere? No. Any particular...
Harold was threatened to be murdered by these guys. I don't think he, like, told them much.
No. Is he communicating with any other inmates? No. He was a loner. I'm very concerned that he's going to harm someone, rob someone in his desperate state because he had no support system. He's not going to go to the family for help. He is going to have to rob, kill, and steal.
Or just run. I don't know why when they escape they immediately go rob somewhere. That just makes it much easier to find them.
Away as fast as I can. Then I'll come up on this truck.
Need money? Yeah, and then you can do what Jody Thompson did. Get a job and live in the same state you broke out of prison from.
When I saw keys hanging in the ignition and some clothes, I was feeling just extraordinary relief. Like, man, I can't get no more lucky.
I'm so tired of these Deus Ex Machinas. What do you... the fuck?
I feel great. I feel freedom. I feel this extraordinary relief because now I'm in a car. Now I'm moving. Now the dogs can't track me.
Just be a bum.
Day's first light, a massive manhunt took shape.
I wonder, would they interview homeless people?
Murder of Harold Laird.
The tracking dogs are able to pick up a scent and we were able to ascertain
The volume's maxed out, man. I can't do anything about it.
Sir, if I could ask you a few questions.
There's a trailer house here. Guy comes out. What's wrong?
Actually, I can turn it up a
His
little bit
truck
over
is
here.
missing.
Now
By
it's
the way,
maxed.
I have a rifle in there with 122 rounds. Now, we go to a heightened degree of security because now the offender has a vehicle with a weapon in it and plenty of bullets.
Yeah, I need the U.S. Marshals to put it on APB.
An all points bulletin, APB, is entered.
Suspect is a Harold Martin Laird.
All the pertinent information we get, we put that out nationwide.
26-year-old white man.
That sounds about right. Standard procedure from what I've seen.
Suspect is believed to have been 122 rounds of ammo. And
Talk about how creative he is, though. He may be traveling by vehicle or hovercraft. He may have already made himself a helicopter. He could be land, sea, or air at this point. Just keep your eyes peeled on all fronts.
I'm going down I-10. I know this road. I know it runs from Los Angeles all the way to Florida. That's a lot of road. That's a lot of places to hide. Then I see cones narrowing it down to one lane. And I'm thinking, what's going on?
Yeah, that's definitely gonna stop. Ooh, you're fucked now. Oh my god, are they gonna let him go again?
There's a cop. He's looking into the cars as they pass by.
We've seen a cop look at the criminal in the eyes and just tell him to leave.
At that point,
I wonder if
I
it
thought
happens
to myself
again.
that I'm totally screwed. Could they have already got the police mobilized already?
Yeah, why else would this stop exist? They have to know what you look like, otherwise there's no purpose to having this stop. And they even know the car's fucking stolen. They even know what vehicle to be looking out for.
I'm trying to play cool, like average everyday.
Hello,
citizen.
officer. No, I have never broken out of jail. Well, that's a weird question to ask. How is your sex life?
It was a feeling of total fear.
Thanks for the prime,
Feel
Hannah.
Myself sweating, and I could feel my heart racing.
Kiss him on the lips. You can taste the crime. Yeah, you're good. Have fun, Harold. I know it's you. I just really don't want to do the paperwork or tussle with you. I know you got a gun in that car.
Once I passed him and knew he didn't recognize me, relief was so great.
Can you drop that officer's name so we can fire him ASAP? Good lord. And he ran a stop sign on the way out. Oh, that classic Harold up to those crimes again.
At that point, it really starts to hit home that he's gone.
Thanks to the resub,
I don't know
Datka
what shape
and
he was
Dark
in mentally
Slays.
or physically. He escaped during the late hours when he should have been sleeping. So when you go and you take the lack of sleep with the adrenaline of being out, it's a very, very dangerous mix.
You don't say, Robert. Or, excuse me, Plork. Carl Plork. Plock. I forgot his fucking name. It's Carl Plock.
When I first get in Mississippi,
Thanks to the
I'm
resub,
exhausted.
Antonio.
I mean, literally, I'm at the edge of full-blown, just pass out exhaustion. I've been on the run now for over 24 hours. I haven't had no sleep.
Oh Charlie, guess it's time for more Psychonauts speed runs.
Why has a new improved route been discovered? Thanks to the Prime Darius.
And the worst thing I could have done was set the cruise control.
Oh, he gets into an accident.
I don't remember nothing. Doing like 100 miles an hour and fell asleep at the wheel.
Well, that's a shitty way to go out. Season 2, Episode 7, The Prisoners Are Innocent. That's an interesting twist.
When I woke up, the truck was stopped in the grass.
It looks like he just left a
Get out,
time
and I
machine.
looked back, and I could see the tire tracks in the grass, and I realized that that's just phenomenal luck. I mean, I'm not hurt. Luck doesn't go that far. That's just pure miracle.
You really don't deserve that kind of luck.
No, I got to find a place to go to sleep.
Nice to resub to Haka. So what did this dude do? He killed 2 people. He's not a good guy. It's not someone you can root for. I don't know why the fuck the Lord is giving him all of these breaks. Unless those people like really deserved it. They were Scientologists or something and the Lord hated them. But I don't know why the fuck this guy's getting so lucky.
I wake up in a state of disorientation.
The only man who can stop this guy is Garo.
True.
So I just stop, collect myself.
Oh, it's Paul Blart.
Slowly coming around.
What are you doing here?
And I see it's a cop standing there.
You okay in there?
I'm thinking,
Seems to be the problem, officer.
oh Lord, not again. You know, what do I do now?
Kindly step out of the vehicle, please.
Okay, this is going to be difficult. I step out. I don't even have my shoes on.
Why would he park somewhere like
See my sister.
visible to
She's
sleep?
in a hospital. I'm just trying to get there. I drove too long.
You have some identification? You?
I showed him an ID that I found in the truck.
He made himself an ID.
But it was a Hispanic man.
Juan Hernandez.
So there's a considerable difference.
Well, Mr. Hernandez, I hope everything's
Skin
alright.
tone and
Don't drive that long again, Mr. Hernandez.
maybe I'll play it off. Who knows?
This ain't you.
That was...
Yeah, it is. It was me when I worked out on the oil derricks in the Gulf.
I was much tanner.
Just hold it right there. Just stand by. Don't go anywhere.
So he went and ran the ID.
And the real Juan Hernandez pulls up. Officer, no, that's me.
Am I getting
He's
away
right.
with This again? Have I been able to talk my way through this?
17 and a make on a Texas ID. First name Juan, last name Hernandez, out of Texas.
He's taking too long. He's taking way too long.
Well, what do you think was going to happen, Harold?
And I'm thinking, if I've got to run, I can outrun this fat old man.
Well, it doesn't matter how fat he is. He has a car, Harold.
It's my best shot to get away.
You also have a car, Harold. Oh, shit.
Two young guys in good physical condition jump out.
Turn around, sir. You are under arrest.
I can't outrun them. Truck come back stolen.
Man, that response time is nuts. We have a Juan Hernandez over on Plymouth Street. It's about 10 miles away. How quick can you get here? Fucking already there, slamming the door shut before he can even finish the address. You said Juan Hernandez, right?
I'm very relieved when I hear that he's been caught.
All right, Sheriff, I'm on my way, all right? See you then.
At the end of the day, Laird was very good at getting out of his cell, but he had no plan
Yeah.
He had no ability to stay out.
That is literally every prison escape we have seen so far. They suck such fat ass once they leave the prison.
The escape was worth getting me out of a bad situation, but it wasn't worth all the hassle that's come with it.
Oh, is he in solitary now for life? That's what happens, Harold. Life plus 20. Well, the plus 20 on a life sentence doesn't mean shit. What would actually matter to him is if he got solitary for his life sentence, because that's torture. And then Harold's feeling that. Harold is definitely feeling that one. As well he should. Alright, so what was it? Season 2, Episode 7? Keys to Freedom?
I have an idea. 10 doors.
The intro is so hardcore. Actually, hold on. I'll be right back. Let me fill up this water. I don't mean to blue ball you, but I'll be right back.
Ducking aren't enough. You'll have to block the relentless onslaught. You do that by swinging your arms out like this and this. I call this the cross block. You guys try it. Start in the battle-ready position. Ready!
The gate is open. They are riding forth. OG_D. It's so beautiful. Lord Ren 8th Lord Hezronith Lord Shalrun forever the Lord Ray. Neth Lord Hezronith Lord Shalrun forever the Lord Ren 8th. Lord Hezronith Lord Shalrun forever the Lord High Scud Lord High Scud. The Lord is God Lord High Scud Lord High Scud Lord High Scud Lord. High Scud Lord High Scud. Hero is real Lord or God Lord is own.
Cross block. Cross block. Cross block. Cross block. Cross block. Good job. Now, try all three. Jump. Duck. Cross block. Cross block. Cross block. Cross block. You guys will be Spider-Man in no time. But first, let's learn some Spidey strikes.
Yeah!
Alright, like I said before, fighting should always be your last resort. But considering the villains we'll be up against, be ready for anything. Now grab your Spidey striker and set it up at the target side in front of you.
Endless suffering is the woe of ignorant men who never lack to seek the depth of their own hearts and only see the wealth of a poor world suffering to flay its own back in knife. Wounds of silver and brutal gladness.
The first kick is called the Scorpion Snap. You extend your foot and yell snap, like this. Snap! You try it. Snap the number 4 on your target. Scorpion snap.
Snap!
Good. Again.
Snap!
Again.
Snap!
That'll teach Scorpion. Battle ready.
Ready!
The next kick I like to call the Electro Thrasher. It definitely comes in handy. You twist your foot out, yelling, ha, like this. Yeah!
Where are you? And I'm so sorry. I cannot.
You try it. Aim for the number 5 on your target. Electro Thrasher. Little harder than that. Electro Thrasher. Electro Thrasher.
Alright, don't worry. Teacher's back in the classroom. Thanks, content. and Council and the Prime Kimper. And the Tier 1 key. Let me that fat Tier 1 action. Oh, Barefoot Bandit instead of Breakout? Alright. This is an animation and it's an hour. Alright. Thanks to the Prime Elite.
Can you believe the team known as the Barefoot Bandit has been caught? Police in the Bahamas.
Oh, I thought they gave him like special shoes to make sure he couldn't run again.
Crash landing a stolen plane on the island of Eleuthera.
Wow.
19-year-old Colton Harris Moore.
I'm not a religious man, but bless you and everyone in chat.
Thanks, Insane.
5 airplanes.
Well, let's see how Colton did it. Ah, the city of Townsville. The prison of Townsville. Is this really an hour-long animation? This shit must have been so expensive.
Cr1tikal, who is Joe?
Ah, the classic memes. I won't fall for it. Oh, you should have never given Colton shoes. He doesn't need them. His bare feet is enough.
Moore is 17 years old when he escapes from a halfway house in Renton, Washington.
It's like Uncharted.
He will remain free for more than 2 years. His story will become legend. His legend will become history.
It looks like the main character Trip from Facade. This feels like a direct sequel.
Group home in Renton last night. Harris Moore was just 15 when he was arrested for breaking into homes, stealing valuables, and using computers to place fraudulent online orders.
Oh,
he was
smart.
serving a 3-year sentence when he escaped.
Damn, Colton. So is this a guy you can root for, or
I love her videos
probably
and they
not?
always cheer me up. I'm really going through it, and I just wanted to say thank you for being who you are.
I hope it'll work itself out soon, Pilot. Hope things look up for you, man. Thanks for the kind words. Yeah, the hair's getting pretty long, Sabbath. Thanks for the Prime, Fast Pilot. Woo, baby! I love the Initial D. Reminds me of the Freak on a Leash Korn music video. What the fuck? Far be it from me to question the authenticity of the story this is based on, but I don't think Colton Harris did that unless he is fucking Captain America.
Tonight, there's an all-out search for Colton Harris Moore. Dressed in camouflage and armed with rifles, at least 2 separate agencies are looking for the teenage burglar after he was spotted late last night.
Oh, Jesus, he's already got 5 stars in GTA.
Store where Harris Moore was last seen. While the 17-year-old is 6'5" and 200 pounds, he is crafty and knows the woods. For more than a year, he eluded law enforcement, playing a frustrating game of cat and mouse.
One of my sergeants came in and he says, "Hey boss, did you hear that Colton Harris Moore got out, or, escaped?" And I was not very happy because I knew where he was coming. He was coming back to his old stomping grounds, and all these burglaries and the whole thing.
Chris looks like he's afraid of him just because he's gonna get bullied by him or something.
This is
Why
what
would he go back
happens
to his
when
old
kids
stomping
don't
ground?
Fortnite.
Going to the police station.
Yeah, you're not wrong, Chase. This is what's happening right now since Fortnite's been down.
Packages of hot dogs and beef jerky, potato chips.
a whole rack of vitamin water. I mean, I don't know how he hauled all this stuff away.
The undersheriff tells me there's been 9 burglaries across Island County in the last 2 weeks. Now,
Damn, this is fucking nuts.
That any of them are related or linked to Colton Harris Moore.
Moore is accused of breaking into dozens of
What year was
homes
this? I
and
forgot.
disappearing into the woods of Camino Island.
Island residents begin to notice strange charges
2010?
to their credit cards from online stores.
What?
Outdoor
That
games,
recent?
bear mix,
Are you telling me Colton Harris Moore could still be out there?
GPS systems,
Playing Fortnite in the woods?
items they will never see. Colton is gearing up for an adventure.
Thanks to the resub Adwad.
He knew those woods. He grew up there. He knew every trail, every pathway, and he was building his camps in very, very thick brush.
What is the point in being barefoot going around woods like that? It seems like a massive hindrance. You could step on something spiky. Used heroin needle could step on a sleeping pedophile in the woods. I don't see what advantage he has by being barefoot.
Camp, and he just moved to another one.
Not too sure how we actually met up. I think it might have been outside of school.
Thanks the Prime,
He's
Robbie.
A couple years younger than I am.
Harley Davidson is that kid's actual name. What a shame.
Anybody can do a burglary. Don't matter if you're the dumbest person in the world. You can get through a window or get through an open door.
Can you say happy birthday to my cousin Nick Gurr?
Ah, a classic attempt.
Vacation homes are actually ideal.
Thanks for the gift sub, Tokyo.
One, nobody's there. Two, a lot of people like to leave their stuff at vacation homes. Money, computers, cars. We were driving a stolen 2007 Mercedes-Benz.
Cruising in style.
Every time we took it, we parked it in the garage in the same exact spot, washed the car, and filled the tank up for the people. So pretty much we went
My
on a
dad and
joyride,
his
but we
brothers
at least
used to
filled
get
your
in
tank.
trouble with the sheriff and would hide in the woods for weeks. Not anything criminal, just being retarded loud teens. They once strapped a row of firecrackers onto a big bell from a Bible camp at midnight.
That's pretty
You
fucking
reminded me a
cool.
lot
That's
of
kind.
like
I like
was
that.
when I was younger.
Thanks to the Prime, Ryle and Stoppy.
Kid that wanted to make some quick money and make a name for himself.
Teen Houdini Colton Moore has been on the run.
Ooh, that's a
since
good
he
name.
escaped 3 months
Sounds like a
ago from group
CW
home on
show.
Camino Island. He had confessed to a string of burglaries. Now deputies think Moore's stealing again.
Everyone in the morning meeting loved the story idea. They wanted to know more about it. They wanted to know
Yeah, it's a
where
cool
he
fucking
is,
story.
What's happening, what's going on, what has he done this time? You know, he's already escaped this halfway house. How
I wonder how many
law
nicknames they give him. Teen Houdini, Barefoot Bandit.
We heard this name.
I should call him like the Cream Dream.
Teenage suspect.
Supreme Meme. I don't know.
I think
I'm
that
not in the
even if
news
it had
business.
been
I
an
don't know what
adult,
would stick.
There would have been a certain news value to it, just in the sheer number of burglaries that had happened. But the fact that it was a kid who was committing these crimes, I think, brought it to an entirely different level.
Saturday morning, someone broke into a deputy's car, stealing a rifle, ammo, and a laptop. Then
Bold.
yesterday, someone targeted a firefighter's truck in Fire Station. What? Bureau Chief Rob Piercy reports
How the fuck is he getting into these places?
It's Colton Harris Moore.
Hold on, I'm getting a phone call right now. It seems he's broken into my house and stolen my daughter's virginity. She had just turned 18 and I'm a little upset about it. How does he do it?
He burglarized this home just across the street from the fire station twice.
The fire station had been broken into. This infrared camera had been stolen. He had thought about it enough that
Thanks for the
fire
resub,
station
Buff.
may have an infrared camera, a device he could use to peer
Thanks,
into
Mo.
homes to see if someone's in there before breaking in.
Deputies launched an island-wide search today with help from canine units. They combed through wooded areas, down roads, familiar...
Yeah, the canine units aren't going to be very useful though because the Barefoot Bandit's already stolen a year's worth of dog treats. He's already accounted for this.
One morning he came and I figured he was hungry, like he was always hungry.
And he loves my breakfasts because I make homemade hash browns that I
Ooh.
grate up myself. And
Sounds good, Pam.
So I made him a big breakfast, and we sat there and talked. And after he left, the cops came and
ate my hash
they
browns.
asked me the same old question: have you seen Colt? I said, yeah, we just sat down and had breakfast together. God, did they get mad. And, well, you know that that's harboring? And I said, he's my kid. If he's hungry, I'm going to feed him. I don't care if it's harboring him or not. And, yeah, they were pretty mad about that.
The Barefoot Bandit's mom is fucking awesome, too. Yeah, the police said they're gonna slap me with 50 years in jail, but I called their bluff. And I made them some bomb-ass hash browns. They dropped the charges. Fucking idiots.
A little vendetta with the police.
Pussies didn't have it in
He wanted
them.
to steal their shotguns and their laptops, and I think he wanted them to look foolish. But I don't think most of us thought of him as a dangerous kid. He just seemed like a kid.
The Breakfast Bandit.
Really hasn't been socialized. Which is another
Yeah,
part of
maybe
it.
that'll be Pam's title.
Well, who is this kid? I mean, he didn't really go through a school system, did he? He kind of is self-taught in everything. I mean, he learned how to steal. He did.
This kid's
pretty
like a
well
real-life Killua from Hunter x Hunter. Well, actually, it's not even close.
When I first
There's
met
just him
at,
hiding in the tree reminded me
Reno,
of it.
The maximum security institution. We were out in the hall, just talking, and we got along, got to be friends. He was intelligent. The way he spoke, it just sounded
Never
like a
thought
smart
I'd
guy.
see you watching a video
He
about
was
my
into,
hometown.
psychology
I remember
and
this all going down
criminology,
when I
and
was younger.
Interested in that
I'm
as
surprised I
well.
never heard about it.
I think his mind was set on one thing and that he could accomplish that goal, and he was so confident in it. Want to be a professional.
Or Gon, sorry, I didn't mean Killua. Gon. I was thinking Gon.
Colton chose to operate in small communities. One of those communities was the little town of East Sound on Orcas Island.
Holy shit, is this town stuck in the 1950s? What the fuck was that
This
car?
was a picturesque little community on a beautiful bayside with what you might expect in a tourist community. There are restaurants, there are gift shops, a couple of grocery stores, a hardware store, a bank, and that's the list of places that Colton hit.
Ooh, the soundtrack just got nuts. Is this a Hans Zimmer? Huh. That's his sidekick, like Rocket Raccoon for the Barefoot Bandit.
Discovered that Colton
deer.
Harris, which we like to call him the cockroach, came in our
That's
second
rude.
story window. And what he did was, we've got a what we call the bullpen in the back, and he climbed up the fence, climbed up the roof, and went into the window upstairs. He basically just walked into our store and started getting what he needed, and then he decided to break into our safe, which he did, and this is our remains of it. Over
How?
$20,000 in our safe. He had big crowbars.
Thank you, I was wondering.
And he just pounded it to death, and it really looks like he did pound it to death.
I like how they're keeping all of this shit as a memento. Like, they're even kind of excited about it. Like, ooh, I hope he robs me. I want a souvenir.
Then used the credit card to buy instructional materials on how to fly a plane, had it mailed to the restaurant, then had apparently
Thanks to
been
the Prime,
monitoring,
Asuka.
you know, the tracking number from FedEx or UPS, whoever it was that shipped it, broke in that night.
Well, you're not wrong,
stole his
Sabbath.
manuals. You know, the idea that you would use someone's credit card to buy something and then have it shipped to their place of business and then break into their business and steal it. You know, it's unreal.
That's galaxy brain shit.
Colton sets
God damn,
up
Colton.
camp in the mountains.
You were too smart for
and
this life of
immerses
crime.
himself in the
You should have become a
solitude
streamer.
of nature.
Like all smart people.
A human
Or
shadow,
degenerates.
an island rumor whispered over campfires. His real journey, however, is about to begin. It is the island's airport that brings him here. A chance to make a lifelong dream become a reality.
I can't help but almost root for the Barefoot Bandit right now. Fly that plane, Colton.
he loved planes. Since he was a little boy, he wanted to be a pilot. Loved them.
Is this his
A
dad?
plane flew over and he said,
Oh, there-
I can tell you
his
what
mom.
year that was built, who built it, and what size engine it has.
He was in airplanes, read books about them, talked about them all the time. And he even had pictures of airplanes hanging up in the
Holy shit, it's
room.
Nick Carter.
He drew airplanes.
Little celebrity cameo.
So when he got out, he wanted to steal a plane and teach himself how to fly it.
I was enrolled in HS with this kid's relative, and I straight up hung out with him more
was his
than
whole
once.
plan.
Dude was like chaotic neutral incarnate.
Yeah, this guy seems like chaotic neutral.
Colton sets his plan in motion from his mountain campsite, channeling his energy into the study of aviation. He steals and
Is
studies
there
aircraft manuals,
no security at all on this
thousands
island?
of online videos, and carefully watches the comings and goings of the small planes of Orcas Island.
I mean, it seems to me like the island was literally asking for a Barefoot Bandit to come through and rob their shit. Also, I really like the pitter-patter of his bare feet on the concrete. It's really goofy sounding. Like little slabs of meat being slammed together. I feel like this has just been a movie all written and directed by Quentin Tarantino. Like the barefootness, putting your feet in front of the camera on the plane, this all just really seems right out of Tarantino's foot fetishist mind. All it's missing now is Tarantino strangling an actress to get a cool shot. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Sabbath. I think one of my dogs took a shot. Or maybe it was me in awe of the Barefoot Bandit. It's a little early to tell. Good work, Colton. Yeah, baby. Damn. Where does he go? Oh. To hell, I guess. That's a toy plane, you're not fooling me. Hold on. I need to see what Kate is chewing on.
Let's do some punching. Yeah! Let's take our sling stance.
Sling stance!
The first punch is called the dock knocker. Focus your spotty strength and punch the number 1 on your spotty striker like this.
Cain and Abel, my sons, I am coming all to unlock and decode. Behold, I stand at the gate and knock and follow ALW Cough 3 anti Sawanu heaven and Ainworth. The gate is open. They are riding forth. Oh God, it's so beautiful. Solardre. Net Lord Hesrinith Lord Shalrin forever the Lord Reniathel. Lord Hesrinith Lord Shalrin forever the Lord High Scud Lord High Scud. Illard is God
Thank
Lord
you,
High Scud
Council.
Lord High Scud Lord
Thanks
High
to the Prime-
Scud Lord
thanks to the
High
Prime
Scud
Crouch
Lord
Goblin.
High Scud Hero is real Lord or God Lord is
Band here. And the American Bear Warrior. I can't help but feel like this part of the anime here is a bit embellished from the real story. Thanks to the resub sitting ovation. This is really well made. So did that actually happen, or was that just for the
Authorities
cartoon?
believe the plane was stolen by drug runners. For the moment, the act that will make him a legend goes unnoticed.
Nice.
Colton vanishes into the wilderness.
This was one of Colton's camp areas here, because it's like about 125, 150 yards from where I live. And
Ruben Cortez is Colt's neighbor, but Colt lives in the forest, which means Ruben also lives in the forest.
This particular area, it's dark. I don't know.
Solid Ruben.
4:30. It's very secluded here, unless you know it's here. You got a 360-degree view.
Luckily we found Ruben jacking off behind his favorite elder tree, and we asked if he could do an interview, and it turns out he was neighbors with Colton. Thanks for the gift sub, Dextra. And welcome, Crandom.
You'd be surprised how many different operations that we did when we got a little bit of intel on where he was at. And sometimes we'd get very close. One time, 3 of my deputies found one of his tents and all of his personal belongings. The dog was impounded because basically we knew he wanted how much he loved the dog, and the dog was running loose, so it was a criminal offense.
So I called the animal shelter the next day, and they said they had her, but they couldn't give her to me because she was evidence. And I said, how can a dog be evidence?
Yeah, I don't know what the
She's
dog's
not
gonna do,
get
snitch
up
on
a
him?
Witness stand and talk.
That's what I'm saying, Pam. Thanks for the resub, Boner. He steals all the dogs. Now how the fuck did he get over the fence with a dog in his hand? I don't know about that, Barefoot Bandit. Oh. Oh.
One night, Colton picked me up in a beater truck, and he drove back to this house that he said he was...
Harley Davidson Iron Wing. It's like he named
he had
himself
told me the
after his
lights were
Dungeons
off.
and Dragons
We
character.
get there and the lights are on.
There's no way that's his real fucking name.
I stayed outside and I had a pack of cigarettes and I smoked the entire pack.
Animals
before he
can go
convinced
into
me to come
witness
in.
protection.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's cute. Oh. You'll never catch the Barefoot Bandit that easily.
Colton dropped one of the
He
glasses.
slides to
Watched
catch
it
the
in
orange
slow
juice.
motion. I
No,
don't
my
know
precious
why it was
nectar.
slow motion, but it dropped all really slow, and then he ran past me.
Holy shit, he's like Quicksilver from X-Men.
I saw the glass shatter, and I turned around and ran.
Thanks to the resub, Moan. I don't believe this part of the story for even a fucking second.
Damn. I think he just got really addicted to adrenaline. It's the most addicting drug you can ever get addicted to.
Not true. Have you
Once have it,
tried
you always
video
wanna find
games?
something that can give you more of it.
They say it's like cocaine times 10. You'd think they'd amp up security around these places that he frequently robs and steals from, but I guess not. What is this cop? Oh, I thought it was a cop with a hand grenade.
A notorious teenage burglar from Camino Island may be island hopping.
Authorities believe
Oh,
Colton
shit.
Harris Moore is connected to several burglaries on Orcas Island.
Went throughout
What is
the
that?
store with crowbars and opening doors, and I don't know exactly what all he used on the ATM.
As the tales of his exploits grow,
Jesus,
Colton
Barefoot
Harris Moore's
Bandit.
crime spree may be spreading too.
Disabled 8 out of 14 cameras. As he went, he was barefooted. He got almost $10,000.
What?
Now here's where this story makes a turn for the almost ridiculous. In addition to all those burglaries, Colton Harris Moore is
Colton Harris is in the
his
plane
latest
right
two
behind the
airplanes.
news reporter.
Airplanes.
We were watching him commit a crime
learn how to
live,
fly.
just
I
for your
remember
viewing
just being
pleasure.
sort of dumbfounded, thinking, how is that even possible? It just made it unbelievable and impressive. By the end of the day, every network affiliate in Seattle, I think, had been out to Orcas Island.
Colton Harris Moore may have taught himself how to fly.
The suspect
Nice.
may be island hopping with stolen boats and planes.
Fuck yeah.
Enforcement officers have referred to Colton Harris
As this
Moore
broadcast
as a
is going on, I can hear Colton Harris outside
from the law.
keying my car and stealing it. What the fuck is the point of this little band? I'm not gonna give them money. Unless it's a song about Colton.
I was in Abbotsford, BC, Canada, when I met Colton Harris Moore. My
Thanks for the
car started
resub,
making some funny
DTP.
noises, so I pulled off. This kid approached me, kind of out of nowhere.
Oh,
He
it's
had
the Grim
black
Reaper.
Military cargo pants. He had mud on his pants, maybe up to here. That kind of struck me as odd. Like
Thanks for the resub,
maybe he was
Dubs.
hiding in a ditch or something. Said his name was Sean, and then asked me if I was headed east. So then we were both waiting for Jordy here to come pick us up.
How much is left?
My truck.
That's right.
Oh god, what the fuck? How long is the Barefoot Bandit story? Holy shit.
Some of that green stuff, whatever. And
Whew.
can't believe I just said that on video camera. Yeah.
What the fuck else does he do? Invent time travel? Master aviation? Teleportation?
We were heading through a construction zone.
When he started to duck down, like going through this construction zone, I'm like, well, man, it's all right. Like, you know, to hide from these guys or whatever. And we kind of joked about it. Oh, are you a fugitive or something?
Yeah, yeah. So I asked him if he was a fugitive. He said, what? No.
I just have a phobia of construction workers.
Once he told us about how it was so easy to sneak across from the U.S.-Canadian border, then we kind of wondered.
Thanks to the resub, Sensual.
James offered to let him stay in his van at his house.
So when you were just sitting by the campfire, what was he doing? Just sitting in silence?
Sitting in silence, yeah. Just experiencing his high. We bagged him a lunch, me and my wife.
After smoking this weed, he becomes even more efficient at stealing airplanes and breaking into places. Ends up robbing Fort Knox. Steals the president's underwear.
Realized who this kid was.
It was about 2 weeks. Headline says SWAT team combs force for American fugitives. I'm like, whatever. So I looked at it and I was like, holy shit, that's the guy. That's the kid.
Thanks to the Prime Poop Cat. This kid's like fucking Naruto running around in this reenactment. I wonder if that's how the Barefoot Bandit really got around so fast.
He wanted to meet up with me when I was in Maple Ridge. We made a place and time. And he ended up stealing a BMW, black BMW, and drove it out there and met me. We hung out, talked about stuff.
He got out of prison in 2016? Really?
He wanted to go get a grapple hook and go rob
Thanks for the gift sub,
malls.
Bedwetter.
We ended up driving over to an
And the
airport in
Prime,
Maple
Aaron
Ridge.
Ginn.
And they had a couple bunkers out there.
Shit,
in the
I gotta
field.
take my dogs out. Sorry for blue balling you, but I need to take them out before the Barefoot Bandit comes and steals them. Be right back.
Let's start in the battle ready position. Ready. You turn your hips and clasp downwards on the number 2 on your spotty striker. Wobbling. Now you try. Wobbling. Again. Again. Cloblin. Wow, is that a spotty striker or a corn dog? Because you guys put some serious mustard on that one. Battle ready. Ready. Okay, the third strike is called the Venom Vanquisher. It's your most powerful blast. You harness your spotty strength and explode with a double punch to target 3 on your spotty striker, sending the villain flying. Like this. Ha! Now you guys try. Venom Vanquisher. Harder. Venom Vanquisher. Ready. Venom Vanquisher. Nice. You guys are looking strong.
I'm feeling strong.
Do you feel stronger? Let's see those arms. Give me a good flex. Whoa, guys, I'm glad Mary Jane isn't here. You're starting to make me look bad. I have a feeling the Green Goblin is going to be black and blue. Let's try a combo. Give me a Doc Knocker, a Cloblin, and finish it off with a Venom Vanquisher. Sling stance.
Sling stance.
Doc Knocker. Cloblin. Venom Vanquisher. Again. Doc Knocker. Cloblin. Venom Vanquisher. Now that's power.
Let's see you do it. Yeah, I want to see a Cloblin.
You want to see me battle? Check this out on the webcam. So, what'd you think?
Awesome! You're the best, Spider-Man.
Why, thank you. And you know what? I think you are finally ready to sling some webs. Want to do some pretend web slinging?
Yeah!
Are you ready at home? Thought so. Let's do it. All right, now slinging webs during battle is used for two main reasons. To web a villain in order to stop him in his tracks, or to catch a civilian who's been unjustly put in danger. So let's take our sling stance.
Sling stance!
Get ready to web. Now you extend your pinky, index finger, and your thumb. After that, it's all in the wrist. You try it. Web sling!
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 Whoa! That's pretty good, but don't point that slinger at me. Let's try again. Web sling!
Web sling!
Great job. But remember, you're in the heat of battle, you can't stand still for very long. Sometimes you have to spring around when you web sling. Let's try it with some movement. These are called jump slings, duck slings, and crawl slings. They look like this. Jump sling. Duck sling. Crawl sling. Now you guys try it. Are you ready?
Ready!
You at home, are you ready for some slinging? Jump sling.
Jump sling!
Duck sling.
Duck sling!
I'm back.
Crawl sling.
Crawl sling!
Let's get back after it with the old Barefoot Bandit.
Walking over there, checking out the planes. He was hoping that I would leave with him, but I just kept making excuses, saying, "Oh, I can't. I got stuff to do," and I kept telling him.
Nice of him to
I'll meet up
extend
with
the
him
offer.
somewhere else along the line. I didn't have the guts to go with him. I didn't want to, especially flying in a plane with him. Wouldn't trust him as far as I could throw him, so.
Kind of a fucked up thing to say. What's wrong with being the Barefoot Bandit's friend? Why can't you trust him? He steals for justice and fun. Thanks for the resub, Lieutenant Dog. All things considered, it doesn't seem like they're trying very hard to find him. Like, I'm sure he's contacted his mom and got some more bomb-ass hash browns for her, but they probably don't have any officers there. Kick shutting down? No, I didn't know that. Also, if he's out of jail now and works for his defense attorney, why don't they just ask him what exactly he was doing? Or does he not speak?
I was eating my lunch on that ridge over there, and I could see the white of it from that far ridge. The bushes were knocked down, so it was easy to tell that he came just on the other side.
Thanks for the gift sub, Bird. Fuck yeah, man.
Nosed in right there, and it kind of reared up and twisted and then lit. They said even as slow as he could go, he still probably hit the ground doing about 60.
Wow.
10 feet, he would have hit that stump, you know. Or
That
even
stump
less.
looks like the
I
first
looked it
tree
up
ever put on
the
Earth, the fucking
computer
tree
and
of
found out that it
knowledge.
was stolen out of Idaho. I kind of guessed it ran out of gas was my guess, but then as things went on, I found out that it wasn't out of gas. He put it here on purpose. And I brung the sheriffs back in so they could
14-year-old kid aimbotting in news
from
interview.
there, I mean, there was everybody here. sheriff.
Why the fuck
state
do I
patrol,
care if there's a
border
14-year-old kid
patrol,
aimbotting in a
security.
news
They
interview?
were all up and down
I don't
the
think we
road
should
with
send him to
SWAT
jail
teams
for it
and
or
dogs
anything.
And guns and rifles, and it was almost silly. 2 days had already
Thanks for
gone
the bits,
by.
P.
He ain't
Mike.
around here.
Unless it's like a good video. I don't know if you're lobbying to get the 14-year-old arrested or something, but on the surface that just seems trivial.
I had got a text from my mom saying that a plane had crashed near our house. Did I see any action about it? No, I didn't know anything about it. I had just gotten home. There was some food missing, and our passports were gone.
Planes crash around Granite Falls all the time. It's like the Bermuda Triangle for hobby pilots.
So I decided to call 911 and get somebody out here.
Love y'all, bro. Been getting some great gains after doing the Spider-Man workout daily. Thanks.
Appreciate it, Macho.
Man.
Glad the workout's going well. Thanks, Spider-Man.
He said, he looked over and he said, "Did you hear that?" And I said, "Yeah, I did." And they geared up. They put on their full gear and started going. That's when the heart started racing a little bit for me.
Why is he just leaving the money? It's not like the money would have slowed him down. Oh, he didn't know they were coming. Thanks for the Prime Wolf.
The officer said they scared him when they came up upon him, so he didn't have a chance to grab anything when he left. So everything he had with him, he left behind. They came out with a
Holy
like
shit.
business-sized vinyl zipper deposit bag.
It's
just
all
stuffed
ones.
full of money. I think
Full of
the last
ones.
I heard they were over 20,000.
Oh wow, that's a lot of ones.
SWAT teams fan out across Granite Falls today in search of a suspect considered armed and dangerous.
Searching from the sky, this Homeland Security Black Hawk helicopter is outfitted with the most sophisticated people-finding electronics in the world, and yet not a trace of the burglary suspect has been found.
One thing
That sounds like clickbait. By most advanced people finding machines in the world, they probably just mean one guy with good eyesight because he eats a lot of carrots or some shit.
Had his car stolen last night. A woman said she woke up and saw a tall kid roaming.
If you look behind me, you can see the Barefoot Bandit stealing the cop car.
And this extensive search hasn't turned up anyone.
Just the last moments.
Thanks for the Prime
Police
Stream
activity
Streaker.
Here as deputies are chasing down every possible lead as they search for the teen, and it seems as though authorities are going to great lengths not to get Colton Harris Moore's name tied up in all this, for fear that he becomes some kind of folk hero.
Law
That
enforcement
ship
was
has
really
sailed.
afraid that he was starting to look like this hero that to other kids would think it was cool.
It's pretty
and
fucking
that
cool
he was
though.
coming across as cool. Hey, this kid could steal a boat. This kid could steal a plane, and he could make faces at law enforcement and keep on going. Law enforcement doesn't want some kid running around making them look like a fool and then
Yeah.
being on the news looking like a hero.
No, I get it. I'd be pretty tight if I was a police officer.
Call it the Colton craze. Colton Harris Moore has been the talk of the town and now the country.
T-shirt maker enjoys a spike in sales with his Colton Harris Moore T-shirt that says,
Smart.
"Mama tried."
This is a tribute.
Oh, YouTube.
Harris Moore. Harris Moore, you do not bore me. Harris Moore, you flew into the air like a phoenix.
Barefoot boy became a man. He grew to take a sand.
Man, more things change, the more they stay the same. This is the exact kind of shit that YouTube still has.
Colton Harris Moore.
And he's known as the Barefoot Bandit.
How the fuck did I never hear this kid?
Barefoot Bandit until today.
There have been videos of him everywhere. You turn on the news, you're gonna see him.
Bullshit, I never saw them. I was tuned into YouTube, the news, not Facebook, but most places.
Had thousands of Facebook friends. You know, people trying to capitalize on him by selling T-shirts and coffee mugs and writing songs about him. Yes, that's all part and parcel of being a folk hero. This is a kid who fulfilled the ultimate fantasy. He wanted to fly, and he did just that. Folk hero, anti-hero, whatever you want to call him.
I'll go
A
with
lot of
folk
people
hero,
and a lot of
turbo
kids found
badass.
True inspiration from this kid.
Here we are on Tomato Island. That's where Colton Harris Moore is from.
How do you steal an airplane?
You don't steal an airplane, you steal off of airplanes.
He didn't steal off of airplanes. He stole 3 airplanes.
No, you... And the theft of at least 3 airplanes.
Oh, you feel pretty fucking silly now, don't you?
Steal an airplane.
He's taught himself to fly because he didn't have any training or anything, and he's been on the run for like 2 years. From
I wonder if these
FBI
YouTubers are still around. I'm curious. Let's see. God damn it. Whatever. I'll look at Cara Lee, but I wanted to see Cr1tikal.
Folk hero, anti-hero.
What was her name? Ask Cara Lee. Carrie Lee. No, not really. Damn.
A San Juan County Sheriff's deputy said he nearly caught Harris Moore in the woods and had him in his flashlight, and then he virtually vaporized in front of me. He recalled Colton laughing loudly from the woods when he realized he had eluded them.
Well, I play the new Fortnite season. If it's radically different, I'll try it. If it looks fun.
You see this and you're like, wow, a 19-year-old who's that smart does all that stuff and the FBI can't even find him.
Thanks for the resub, Elon.
You're kind of like wanting to root for him, even though you know what he's doing is wrong and everything.
He's not violent. He's a thief, but he's not violent. I think he's
Exactly. That's why everyone lobbied on his side, because he didn't kill anyone or shoot anyone.
You can get t-shirts. There are several places where you can buy t-shirts now.
Yeah, let's see how many friends and fans he has when they catch him and send him to jail.
Probably even more.
I have a feeling he's gonna be all alone.
Well, don't you feel like a dumb bitch now? He now has a higher paying job than she does.
First time I met him was, there was an alarm at one of our local elementary schools.
Why the
and
fuck is he
myself and
breaking
another
into an
deputy
elementary
responded
school?
there and found an open door. So we went in and we searched the building and high and low, and it was real obvious that somebody had been inside the
He
building.
needs
because all the
crayons.
doors and the teacher's desk
For his
pulled out,
graffiti on the police
closets were
stations,
open.
right.
Somebody was looking for something. Well, the deputy that was with me opened a closet door, and there was standing this little boy, all of about 10 years old, and it was
What?
Colton Harris Moore.
Oh, this is his origin
People should
story.
look more at who he is instead of what he's done, because what he did is completely different from who he is.
I think he's been in survival mode a long, long time.
Colton didn't know how to stop. That was all he knew.
Sometimes when you don't have the chance to prove yourself as a child, you get off onto a wrong track. And he got off onto a wrong track. He was a great kid. He probably still is, deep down underneath.
Jeff, you seem a little old to be friends with a 16-year-old kid.
Colton would wait by the side of the road and hitchhike, and he was about 10. And one day, this man picked him up. And about halfway to
People in survival
wherever
mode
they were
don't steal
headed,
3 planes, though.
Colton
You're right,
said
they
to
steal
him,
4. He's about
"You
to
know,
steal
my
his
dad's
4th one, I
really a
believe.
jerk."
At least if the chat's anything to go
That's
by.
something for, if you think about a 10-year-old, you know, out on the road hitchhiking, that would tell a neighbor, someone he probably didn't know that well, that his dad was a jerk.
Gordy left when Colt was about 2 or 3. Well, he kept leaving and kept
Oh,
leaving and
what a
come back,
fucking
and
twist it
then
would be if
finally
Gordy
left for
was
good.
also the Barefoot
he
Bandit
just
and they were
didn't
like committing the
live
same
in
crimes in the
the
same style, so they kept
country,
getting it mixed up but on different parts of the world,
that
Canada
far
and the
away from
island.
here,
That'd be nuts.
to tell you the truth, and he
Gordy's still out there.
never paid child support. So I had a rough time.
He told me his mom was a sheriff and his dad was the pilot in the Air Force. They told everybody. But
How do I
guess,
feel about the reports of your
I guess
anti-LGBT?
That's not what it is.
His home
What are you
life,
talking about?
it was rotten. I have never heard in my life a mother use the words that she used against him at times. I mean, it was.
I think there's
it would
like
make me
30 minutes left, but I'm honestly
to,
just wanting to be surprised
home
now.
at an
I don't
early
want to
age.
know for sure.
I think he started breaking into houses just to see how other people live, because there's the dilapidated trailer that he lives in and new houses being built all around that are, you know, nice. I think it was a kid. He
No,
knew he
Pam
was doing
talks some
wrong,
big game.
but I don't think
Pam made him like
it was
illegal hash
criminal
browns.
intent. There was no
A Reddit post said you're anti-LGBT.
There was trouble at school.
When, today? Because I talked about Fortnite shitty parents?
And CPS. All those things had trouble.
What a
with
fucking
this
climate.
little boy, and not anybody stepped in. Nobody.
Como 4 News starts right now.
Turning a teen outlaw into a hero.
First on TV and now on newsstands, the story of Colton Harris Moore is getting more national attention.
As it should. It's a fucking awesome story.
We're set back from everything along a dirt road. This is the entrance to Colton Harris Moore's house. You can see there are several no trespassing signs out here now, adding to the mystery behind his life and really the neighborhood tension. She certainly
Luckily, Colton Harris had already stolen all the bullets from that man's gun. Didn't even know it.
But she was willing to talk.
The main thing I get angry about are him being accused of things that I know dang well he didn't do.
Are you hiding him from police?
Oh, God, no. He lives with friends.
So there are friends that are providing him refuge?
Yes.
So you don't think that he's escaping into the woods? You don't think he's living in the woods?
I know dang well he ain't.
How do you know that?
Because I've talked to him.
Ooh, that's a bombshell. Because he's here with me right now.
She doesn't want to be targeted by all the folks
In fact, we're stealing your car.
all about her son.
This is where Colton Harris Moore grew up. Just Colton and his mom for most of his life.
If he flew planes, I'm proud.
How come?
Because he would have had to teach himself. Kids
Yeah.
do what they want to do. It isn't the parents' fault.
Was it the parents' job, though, to steer them in a different direction?
Sure. But not all kids can be steered.
You're not wrong.
I called his mother and said, what are you going to... If you could give him a Christmas
But there's
present,
also
what would you give
a
him?
layer of being a parent that needs to be there as well,
She told
Pam.
me she would give him
I like your hash
best.
browns, but you're very wrong about passing the blame. Thanks to the resub, Huntress. Thanks to the resub, Pain.
Running away from the law sure would be fun. Menace to adults, but a hero for kids. Sure it's hard to live out on the run, but you got a family and all of us kids. Please.
How can you not be on Colton's side? Dude just steals planes to fly it and get a semi-chub. Crash landing it occasionally. Stealing from mom and pop shops, which is kind of fucked up. They work hard and make like no money.
The next time that we were out at Orcas Island after another plane had been
Thanks to the Prime Weebles.
hard landed, we went to a grocery store.
Yeah, I don't know then,
where
Rick.
The surveillance system had been dunked in a.
You wouldn't be on you wouldn't be on his side if he stole your plane.
Taking the time to draw.
I don't know, man. He became a
The
phenom.
store of these big.
I'd probably brag about that shit.
feet.
Yeah, Colton just stole my Nintendo 64. What about you pussies, huh?
Just sort of flip.
Oh, meth addict stole it. Cool.
The sort of thing that you might see written in a text message from one teenager to another.
Well, police believe it was Colton Harris Moore who hit a number of businesses last year, but it is certainly the speculation.
Why do they have this
of the
old ass
town
man standing outside in a
that
hurricane?
he's back.
deputies are still on the lookout for Colton Harris Moore. Now, several residents of Orcas Island told us they'd be patrolling overnight with flashlights and radios to keep Harris Moore from striking again.
I think we're well beyond the Robin Hood stage. We're into the John Dillinger stage.
Whoa, I don't know about that. We're still in that Robin Hood stage. What's up with the James Bond music? Who is that?
Behind me is the hangar belonging to a friend of mine, and it had been entered several times by Colton Harris Moore. He'd set up this little nest there.
And he never saw it?
Had food, water, clothes, stolen property, flight manuals, and the deputies could be running around like chickens with their head cut off while he's sitting up there laughing at us.
He literally lived in the place he stole planes from.
I think he did plan to take my friend's airplanes, but he subsequently stole the wife's truck out of here and used that in another escapade.
Honestly, at this point, you deserve it.
Making phone calls.
Dude's living in your friend's
So the
business.
plan was for the FBI SWAT team to take up position in the forest and around the house, and hopefully Colton would appear.
Oh.
I'm not sure who was more surprised, but obviously he met the gentleman inside, and his response is really quite thoughtful. As soon as I'm confronted, I'm going to run, because that's my best tool.
No way he gets away. There's no way. This is how they catch him. I hope it went down exactly like this.
Authorities say they're closing in on a teenage fugitive in the San Juans. The infamous Barefoot Bandit, Colton Harris Moore.
We're talking about the FBI and several local police.
Colton Harris is the co-pilot.
To try to corner this teenager. But after 2.5 years on the run, authorities may finally have Colton Harris Moore right where they want him.
Oh, it's hardcore. That's a 5-hour energy for the Barefoot Bandit. Thanks for the resub, Chronic Fakey. Yeah, he's fucked. That was a good run, though. No way. This has to be a dream sequence. What?
We woke up about 1:30 to a helicopter basically hovering right above our house. At about 6 in the morning, my husband came out to feed chickens and do our
I feel like these people are making this shit up.
That's when he discovered
They're perpetuating the myth.
going through our property. He went right and saw the chicken coop and went
That's a
into
big
it,
fucking
and then
foot.
came out and the tracks led away from the coop. This one
What is he,
was
a
found
hobbit?
Right about underneath where I'm standing.
She's got it framed like trophies.
And then this one was found over by our pickup truck that was
Cletus, you won't believe this. Colton Harris ran through our shit piles.
county
We gotta
deputy.
get it framed.
He had made a comment about, since you're the only one that has anything like this, you should, make casts and put them on eBay and see what you can get for them. And so we tried it, and we had a lot of people look at them, and we set the price high, and I ended up getting 2 death threats.
Oh.
On eBay. We hope that you're the one he kills because you're enabling him to proceed with his criminal career.
Man, the internet has not changed in 9 years, has it?
Doing it all and just as fun. They're probably gonna end up on.
I've already seen that hibachi. That was a long time ago. That was back when I used to watch Dog the Bounty Hunter before I
For
finished the
months,
show.
There is no sign of Colton. Some speculate that he's left the island, or died alone in the wilderness, or drowned in the ocean. Unsettling rumors reach Camino Island.
I told some news media, I said, write this. Tell him to contact me somehow, because I'm very worried.
Oh. Pam seems nice.
We knew he had stolen a boat and gone to Friday Harbor and stolen one there. went
Thanks
to
for the
Lopez
tier
Island.
1 foot sweater.
Stole another one on Lopez Island. Actually caught on video and took that to Camino Island.
People were just angry and frustrated on two levels. That people were elevating him to this level of folk hero. And
That's gotta be
angry
frustrating.
that he hadn't been caught yet, and that, you know, they might be next.
If he was on Camino
Yeah, because
Island,
what a shame
he
that would be.
shot.
The last place he was seen
I
at,
knew
they
that.
started selling casts
And
of his
that
fucking
scared the
foot
hell out
in
of
mud,
me.
making
want
money
him
off it.
stopped. Most of us want him dead. Period.
Yeah, that guy looks like he hates fun.
You guys probably don't want to hear it, but this guy is actually pretty sharp.
He calls himself a recovery agent. In other words, a bounty hunter. He and other agents are pledging, free of charge, to help find Colton Harris Moore.
We're going to be here physically. We're going to be on site. Not every day. Nobody knows when we're going to be here. He doesn't know when we're going to be here. We've already started to get tips. Tips I'm sure the police don't have.
There's a little formula for catching a fugitive, and it's eliminate the places that they're comfortable. We were
If
watching
Mike is the
videos
one
on
that
the
catches
island,
him, I will
marinas.
shit my fucking
We
pants.
had boats patrolling the marine areas. We had
Mike
units
does what the
set up all
fucking
over the
federal
place in
law
vehicles.
enforcement couldn't do for 2 years.
You know, it was locked down.
Well, this was an
Thanks to the Prime
unusual
Asunder.
opportunity to get a glimpse of work that's normally hidden. 3 groups of masked searchers hit the woods and beaches on Camino Island, waiting for Colton Harris Moore to show himself.
Most guys, when they're on the run, the quiet is good, low profile. I'm going to find a place and melt into the woodwork. And his was the exact opposite. His was like, here we go, try to find me. Catch me if you can.
Which is the right attitude to have. That's how you become a folk hero instead of just like a bath salt addict. Man, what an incredible 2 years for Colton it must have been. You're stealing shit, and for some reason the majority of the world is on your side.
The infamous Barefoot Bandit left a calling card at an animal hospital in Raymond. A worker there found a note with $100 to be used for the animals.
Oh.
Signed, Colton Harris Moore.
We realized very quickly that he had moved south. Of course, the note was kind of a dead giveaway at the veterinary clinic that, you know, that it was in fact him. He signed it with his name. Here's a clue.
Ah, yes. Everyone knows that you can only sign your own name, otherwise it's impossible. I can't write anyone else's name down.
Driving each until it runs out of gas. He breaks into a half-dozen airports, looking for just the right plane to execute his plan.
Oh my god, yeah, baby! to kind of, I don't mean to kick sand in the face of the Barefoot Bandit, but I really don't believe all of this was him. I feel like a lot of people started doing this shit, and then all of it just got credited to him. Because I just can't believe half of this shit. He'd have to be the luckiest man on the planet.
"2,000 miles, 9 states, nearly a dozen stolen cars. Colton finally finds his plane in Bloomington, Indiana. He camps in a nearby patch of woods and watches, waiting for just the right moment."
Thanks for the resub, angered butthole. Yeah, this is one hell of a story, man. Yeah, like I said, I just don't believe half of this shit is... I don't believe all of this shit is him. I feel like a lot of people did this and he got the credit. Which, hey, fuck it, that's cool. That was his 4th stolen plane.
Release me from the earth over the sea. Don't you fly away on me.
His final flight takes him 1,200 miles south to Abaco Island in the Bahamas.
Don't you fly away on
I can't imagine he had a plan at all. He just seems to be going everywhere at random.
We were on the south side fishing for mutton snappers, and we saw the plane coming from the west. And it made, I don't know, maybe 6, 7 circles around the area.
Camino and orcas are super low crime, so it's pretty likely it was most likely all him. I've lived on Camino my whole life.
Oh, nice.
Able to repair.
Well, maybe everything on Camino was, but once he went international, I don't think it was.
That's how good a job he did.
Let me tell you about this man who stole a plane from the USA and crashed in my Bahama land.
The Barefoot Bandit might be basking in the Bahamas.
Investigators say a stolen plane from Indiana crash landed.
How the fuck are they getting all of that so quickly? I feel like the news reporters are just following him around just to get stories out of it.
$10,000 reward for information that leads to his arrest.
This boy don't use no shoes. They call him the Barefoot Bandit all over the evening news.
Cool song. He's got his own theme again.
I came here to open my shop.
Thanks for the prime,
The door
Franny.
was broken into, 2 Gatorades, 2 sodas, about 3 chips, broken into my cash drawer. Also, the police found that a lady's house was broken into and her vehicle was stolen.
How? Like, he just has to get so fucking lucky that A, the lady wasn't home, or B, she didn't hear him, and C, he found their keys.
I normally check the security cameras to make sure nothing happened the previous night. I noticed that all the cameras in the downstairs area...
You can't hotwire modern cars, not efficiently.
That's right. This boy ain't need to use no shoes. Tiptoeing around in people's living room in the nighttime. Washing the clothes. Watch it now.
I looked around, there was nothing missing. Nothing
Imagine
really
if someone
damaged
tried
except the
to
doorway,
emulate the
any
Barefoot
waste open
Bandit
with
in
a
this day and
crowbar or
age.
some other tool.
They'd go around doing like fucking
Knife
Fortnite
broken
dances on the
glass,
camera or
face
some
rolled
other
up,
cringy
drove everybody
meme ass
down to a
shit.
roof.
There wouldn't be a humble Barefoot Bandit like Colton again, I don't think. Oh man, and fucking Reddit would hunt him down until his head is decapitated, just straight fucking annihilated. Such a hard-on for justice and in the wrong place most of the time. There would be no heroes in the Barefoot Bandit 2019.
Barefoot Bandit has once again given police the slip.
I don't think 4chan would hunt down a Barefoot Bandit. They usually like this kind of shit. But Reddit, they don't know any better. Fucking Boston Bomber and shit? Oh no. Reddit would go nuts.
For 1 week, Colton Harris Moore is
Yeah, I
the
still don't
biggest
know
news
Stream
story
Streaker. He just likes to
in
be
the world.
barefoot.
The barefoot kid from Camino Island showed them all.
Damn, how many of you are from Kamano? I thought it was a small island. Meanwhile, there's like 1,000 people in here from Kamano. Thanks, Carl.
For all his fame, Colton must have felt more alone than ever. 3,000 miles from home.
Yep, and no one around him. I imagine he did feel alone.
About 2 or 3 in the afternoon.
That was kind of the whole
this
mission
young man
that he
seen
took
my
on.
internet sign, and he said, "Ma'am, you think I could plug in with my laptop to your access? I need to talk to my mom. I haven't talked to her in over a month," or something to that effect. I said, "Sure." He says, "I don't have any money." I said, "That doesn't matter to me. Just
Aw,
make
Ruthie.
yourself at home." And I went back and I said to him, I said, "Would you like me to make you a sandwich?"
Aw,
And he said,
Ruthie.
"But I don't have any money." I said, "I'm offering you a sandwich. Would you like one?" So I made him a sandwich. He stayed there for a while
Thanks to the
Thank
resub
me.
dreamer.
and left. Actually, I kept a lot of people, not just me, on the island. We heard about his background, that he had a bad upbringing. He lived in the bush. My heart went out to him because my kid's father, he's dead now, but he left me alone with them 3 to bring up.
She seemed kind of relieved about that fact.
From my nephew next door.
I was half expecting a little fist bump at the end there.
No, I had no bad feelings. I didn't want him to catch it. No.
Perhaps Colton became lost in his own legend, or his thirst for adrenaline became more powerful than his need to be free. Maybe he just felt the need to write the ending to his own story.
Oh, does he turn himself in? That'd be the lamest shit of all time. Don't do it, Colton. Your story deserves a thrilling conclusion, like you try and steal a UFO from Area 51 and they finally get you. But not before you stole the secrets. Thanks for the prime, Creamy.
We were right out here on the dock, and out of nowhere, this guy came in on a boat, and all of us was looking to see who he was.
This kid in this 13-foot Boston wheeler comes in full speed, spun it like it was a jet ski.
When he came close, he's like, "He's the Barefoot Bandit. I'm Colton Harris Moore."
Oh, now he's reveling in it.
I was like, "I don't know who the Barefoot Bandit is," because they were giving a big reward. So I wanted him to come in so I could catch him. And he kept saying repeatedly, "Call the cops for me, man," or "Call the boats," or something.
No, Colton, why?
Call the chopper.
He's like, "Well, I want to get chased. I'm bored." I was like, "What this kid into?" We're calling some of our buddies.
Okay, as long as he didn't turn himself in. If he just wants a chase, I'm totally fine with that. That's some pretty alpha shit. That's a big dick move.
Colton Harris Moore was like, "Why are your buddy on the phone? I'm out of here. I don't want to talk anymore." And then he took off.
I got a phone call that they saw this white
He's
guy
probably so
saying that
disappointed in the
Colton Harris
police.
Moore. I jump in my
I
boat,
expected to get
me
caught
and
within a
11,
week, and meanwhile it's been
12
2
of my
years. I
friends.
just want to get caught.
They keep telling me, let's go, it's a reward, there's a reward. I saw this little skiff with this white boy in the boat, and he was like smiling. And he took off with speed, I took off with speed.
How old is he at this point? 19, I believe.
We chased them up and down.
Thanks,
the harbor.
Pooper.
Up and down, up and down.
Oh shit. Hey, that actually happened. How many Barefoot Bandit songs are there?
I've been driving boat just about all my life. I've been to captain's school, I have captain's license. But to him, he looked like he have some good skills. To put that move on me, that was unbelievable there.
Midnight, there was a boat coming in from the southern end here, and they were screaming outside in the area. They were screaming and chasing him.
That's a massive fucking flashlight.
But they thought he ran down.
Holy shit.
But by that time, he was already here, and I'm watching the speed he's coming with.
He's still barefoot in the security camera footage. That's wild.
And it's a white guy. White people running. I thought you in trouble. You see? He ran right into me. Right.
So I beat him with this giant fucking flashlight. It's the size of a sledgehammer.
I said, "Who's trying to kill you?" He spin around here. He grabbed these bush. He break these down and just headed straight out into the property. I ran behind him. I was 50 yards behind him.
There's no way he did all of this barefoot though. And if he did, I want to see what the bottom of his feet look like today. Not because I'm a foot fetishist, but just because that shit must be a giant callus.
I called a detective called Hart. The police pull up. I said, "He's right in the bush here." I said, "What we need to do is quarantine this whole property." So he had to just sit quietly. We didn't hear nothing.
I got word that this individual was on the ground. I realized that, oh boy, this is it. We need to go for the big one. We need to go for the catch. Rally all of the troops, the on-duty officers as well as the off-duty officers. We need to mount an operation.
And this only happened because he turned himself over. Well, not turned himself over. Gave them the tip. Just because he was bored.
And the doc came.
What a shame, man.
Rodney, he comes running. He goes, "Hey, y'all won't believe the bandit just put a boat right next to y'all boat. And y'all want to go check y'all boats out." And I said, "Man."
Yeah, it's a solid
he ran down
anime.
his dock.
I agree,
He had
Lightning.
long done surveillance. And sure enough, oh man, that is the dude.
We figured, okay, he's come, he's gone, he wouldn't be very smart to come back to the same place. Probably 3 minutes later, the officers started coming down from up top.
We had two teams of officers on the ground. One team of officers were actually pre-staged in that Ramara Bay area, whereas the other was mobile, checking the beaches, checking the marinas, communicating with the security officers and so forth.
He come right down through this thick patch of bush here, and he snuck himself right across this little picket fence, and he rumbled himself through this bushes here, and he come on the side of this lady property, and as he came through here, this is where he lured himself into the water.
And then he swam back to Canada.
We were all hanging on the dock right here, and everybody was just, man, that's not right. Both leaving with no lights and real slow out the marina.
Damn, driving right by him too. That's pretty strong.
Okay, he's stolen a boat. Okay, there's cops. Okay, they want to go catch him. We're the only people available to help them out.
So we decided not to because we're big fans of the Barefoot
Right in and
Bandit.
got the cops on the boat and ran out there.
Damn, that's a packed boat.
Ronald's driving the boat, and I'm kind of hanging over Ronald like this. Yeah, getting the radar going.
So the kid's a thief who's been on the run for 2 years? In essence, you could boil it down to that, but it's a lot more than just a thief. This guy is a fucking icon. Yeah, I think he's fucked here.
Right now, we've just gotten on the sandbar. You can see the water's a lot shallower.
Right here. This is where he was, right here. He was actually sitting on his sandbar.
And the green part is the shallowest part of the sandbar, and that's why we were able to catch up to him.
Yeah, he wanted to be caught, though. Like, this isn't impressive. If this wasn't his doing, I'd be, you know, like, edge of my seat shit, but it kind of sucks, because in order for him to get caught, he had to be the one to tell them, come catch me. Like, that's kind of pathetic, really. You can't really celebrate that if you're an officer. Thanks for the resub, Golgo and Scott Mars.
When he put the gun to his head, said he was going to kill himself. I can't go back. I'm not going to go back. Ronald and I were looking at the GPS. We noticed that he was getting into deep water. You can see him go from this motion where he was steering to turning around and throttling up on the boat, and at that point, Ronald told the officers, like, if you guys want to stop him, you know, it's going to happen soon, and you have to shut the engines. So he said, he's taking off, he's taking off.
Holy shit. Thanks for the resub, Spite.
They got him. The Royal Bahamian Police Force did what no U.S. cops could.
Yep.
They ended the run of the Barefoot
But,
Bandit.
to be fair, Colton told them to go catch him. He'd still be on the run today if he didn't do that, I bet. Thanks for the resub, Flip. Pam bails him out. She happens to be barefoot, too. What an underwhelming ending to such a fucking awesome story.
All I'm gonna say is
Solid.
He's safe, and I'm happy, and I love him, and I miss him.
And I think if he didn't, you know, ask them to catch him, he'd still be on the run and probably got a good 10 years going.
Hey Colton, how you doing? How you treating you, buddy?
See, all things considered, that's not bad.
Come and gather around me, people, and I'll sing you a song.
Oh, nice.
Sing it to you right.
That's smart as shit.
I think it's wrong. About a young man by the name.
Bullshit, it wasn't fun. If it wasn't fun, he wouldn't have been, you know,
I'll sing you a song.
taking pictures and shit, asking the cops to come for him. But now, chat told me he's out of jail now. So let's see. Colton Harris Moore hopes to leave the Barefoot Bandit moniker behind. Fuck that, bro. Lean into it. Thanks for the Prime Blue Wombat. Maybe he has his own YouTube channel. I wanna hear from him. No. There's a shocking lack of Barefoot Bandit content on YouTube for something that was apparently so massive on YouTube in 2010. So is he out or... Yeah, he's definitely out. What do you mean? His chin? What? This? Oh, I don't know how I didn't see that.
Oh, come on.
Oh, it's the voice of Colton. I'm wet. It makes me want to go steal something.